much has happened. Like, so much has happened that, like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're so
We're just
on
highly
edge.
sus of everything.
Yes, that it's like anything. Nope, it must mean this secret thing. And whatever they say is happening isn't really happening. They want us to believe it's becoming winter, but what if it's actually summer and this means something?
Yes.
Do you see what you're doing to us, Jennifer?
Like, constantly looking over my shoulder now. I'm speechless. I don't know what to ask you.
If that's your kink, I'm so happy for you.
I will throw my old Kindle across the room because I'm not doing that to
And now, here are your hosts.
Hello, fellow bookworms. Welcome to Bookmark Your Next Chapter, a podcast hosted by Katie,
Amanda.
And Kristen.
three friends who love books. Okay, so, friends, this book was intense. Intense.
little bit.
This is the most, I think, excited to talk about chapters that I've ever been.
I know. And
Yeah.
I finished, it is about a little before 9 o'clock p.m. As we're recording this, I finished it at 6 o'clock p.m. tonight. So,
Fresh in your head.
yeah, a little bit. So, in case you didn't know, we are covering today The Crown of Gilded Bones, which is the third book in the Blood and Ash series. We are finishing out the last 6 chapters today, so we will be covering 45 through 50. And I think I speak for all of us when I say I'm very excited to start the next book.
Yes. Very,
Same.
very.
But we got to discuss this first.
Yes.
So, we got to get into that. But before we do, Kristen,
Let me just warn y'all again. So, as always, we're an R-rated podcast. So any hanky-panky, swearing,
Penis. I
all
said it
of
first.
that.
is oh, you bitch. That's my bit.
Stolen.
all on the table.
Apparently theft is too.
That felt like
So-
surprisingly good.
If you haven't already, send any young children, any, spouse you don't want to listen this with, like anyone you don't want to hear us talking about this. Jeez Louise, words
okay.
are hard.
It's hard. I was struggling earlier
Listen,
today.
friends, I've been up all night. I have 2 little kittens. I have a 6-month-old. It's been a long day. But anyone you don't want to listen to this with you, send them off now.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy. Yes, have some me time.
All right.
Oh.
So with that, our housekeeping is in order. Are we ready to start the deep dive, friends?
We're ready.
Ready.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to start us off. Chapter 45. The chapter starts with the Queen Ileana saying, "What a happy reunion." She looks at the 2 brothers. So Cass had noticed that it was Malik that was standing beside the Queen's side. The handmaiden is drifting off in the corner, being all creepy and stuff. And Poppy's thinking to herself, what I was staring at doesn't make sense. I wasn't the only one who appeared frozen in shock as we stared at Prince Malik Denier. How was he even free? Standing beside the Blood Queen, seemingly healthy and whole. He looked nothing like the emancipated, frail man I saw in the cage below. So he seems to be well, he seems to be healthy, not at all what they were expecting.
Nope.
My
to find.
very first thought was, could this be a changeling? Every time I'm saying, I'm like,
That's my
changeling,
first
changeling.
note,
Like, this
too.
can't be real. But
That was my first note too.
that's funny because I was like, there's no way this can't be true. But
Like, I'm still not entirely convinced it's not, to be honest. Because
interesting,
I
really. See, I
went
was
a
like,
different
oh,
route.
I don't
Ooh,
think
where-
it's a changeling now. It just in
Okay.
the moment I thought that.
where did
Yeah.
you go, Kristen?
My
Was it-
first note is some like crockpot theory time here. So I wondered, I was like, do we think there's maybe a plan that Malik was working with the Ascended this time? Like he was never held captive. I mean, we don't know. He could have been held captive. Maybe never tortured as Cass was. Like, I don't know why he would work with the Ascended. Like maybe he worked with the Ascended.
Do you think prior
Before-
to
yes.
coming to save Cass, like you think
Yes, like maybe he was with Alistair.
Ooh.
interesting, like he was in the know because he was
Yeah.
he was first in line to be the king, and Alistair in that time was already doing the stuff and trying to find like the poppies of the
Yep.
world and kill them.
Yep.
That will
Yep.
break Cass's heart.
I know. But he seemed like
No.
almost like her consort. Like I think Poppy says it at one point.
And do you know what? Oh my God. I think you could maybe be right in this because also
Yeah.
in one of these first few chapters, I think that it is confirmed because they knew something about their armies, and the queen confirmed, well, Alistair told me. So I feel like we know for a fact that way before Alistair was working with the Ascended, was communicating with the Blood Crown. So why, if they stole Cass away, Alistair would have been in communication with the Blood Crown? Therefore,
Yeah.
Malik would have known, and Alistair would have known, okay, the queen wants Malik to marry into their kingdom. So he could have easily sent him to Cass saying, we need to swap you out. But I mean, he wouldn't say it to Cass, but to Malik,
Oh,
this is the plan. You need to go there. And
I
he's
don't
like,
like
okay.
that. No.
I don't like it either. I have a
Oh, I didn't
spin-off
even-
theory.
Is it better?
Maybe a little bit. So I think I wondered before if the queen had powers to convince people, because like we see it with Poppy. She's like, no, it couldn't be the queen I love. And I was
Like
like,
compulsion
maybe.
almost?
extra
Yes,
compulsion.
yes,
Like-
yes. And maybe it didn't work on Cass because his mental walls are like too high. Like because he also has compulsion. Like it didn't
Interesting.
work on him, but it works on like Malik and
So
it
you
worked on
thought he
Poppy.
was being forced almost.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
I
good
like that
guess.
better.
Or like yeah, fed. Yeah, that kind of that idea. That was my spin-off. So that one is a little better, but I do wonder like if Malik is working with the Ascended. And it makes
Well,
me
I
very
put
sad.
my first note was thinking it was possibly a changeling, but I think you're right, man. It's proven it's not, because she mentions how she needed someone that was either king or was going to be king to make her little army of revenants.
Yes.
Um,
I
so
don't
I guess-
understand all of that still. Like,
it was such an info dump in these few chapters. I'm like,
It
oh
really
yeah.
was.
and we can get to where she explains the Revenant part, but I have questions because I don't
Same.
know if
I think we all do.
understand
Yeah.
it.
My other thought was maybe Malik was made into a revenant, but that's also not true.
Yeah, I don't think so either now. Yeah.
Mhm.
because like Poppy doesn't describe like his senses and stuff, so I don't know
Yeah.
if she can sense it.
And the queen would
And
have
she
said
can with
something, I think.
Revenants.
Like,
Yeah.
she was very forthcoming with the information.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think at this point that he, like Cass's brother, agrees with the queen to an extent. Like, I think that he is like, wow, my parents lied to me this whole time. This isn't true.
Uh-huh.
And it is my mother's fault that this is all happening. So now he's on their side, realizing the truth. But I think
Do we
that
think?
the queen is too far gone, where, like,
Yeah.
you know, Poppy had said, like, okay, you're just doing this out of revenge. And now it's just blown up into this huge thing that is past saving. But
Do we think there's a chance that Malik is actually her son?
Oh.
I mean, I feel like it'd be hard
Oh my
for
god,
like
I never thought of
Eloana
that
to like
either.
hide. I definitely think I thought of it. And I was like, no.
Wow, I never even considered that.
But could he be used to make revenants if he was, though?
I don't. Okay, is
Because he wouldn't be
I
destined to
mean-
be king.
He was
Unless it-
still Malik's kid, like though. Like the dad's still the same. It's just the mom that's different. And the dad wasn't originally king. And at that point when he was conceived, dad was king.
Can we talk about the Revenants for a second? I don't understand how they're created. They need a king? Like, I thought
No,
that
they
they
need the
said
blood.
that the second or third daughters or whoever they take, the second daughters
third.
at the right, the third
Third.
daughters or third sons,
Mhm.
I thought they said the third sons just randomly have a chance of becoming a Revenant, so they just take
Yes.
all of them. But what does it have to
Yes.
do with the blood of anyone?
They
I thought,
need the blood, so they have to ascend using the blood of someone destined to be king.
Okay, so they ascend all the
Yeah.
third sons.
Yeah.
Some of them go ascended. Some of
Right.
them turn into Revenants.
Correct.
Got it. I thought they
Yes.
just got born and turned into them, and I'm like, well, what the
No.
frick? Like, that
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
make sense. Okay, I totally
It's
missed
just that they're the only ones that can physically become revenants
and
once
we
they're
don't know
ascended.
why. There's just something about the third
Only if
sons.
it's two mortals as the parents. That's all that it really explained.
So two mortal parents, there's a potential to ascend into a Revenant versus an Ascended. And it's just a roll of the dice when they do
Pretty
it.
much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And it needs to be royal blood that
Yes.
ascends them. So
Or someone destined to be.
so Cass's brother has been ascending all of these people?
Yeah.
This is even worse than I realized.
Yep.
He has been
Yeah.
willingly ascending all of these people to create this army. Whoa.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, how did I miss that? Okay.
We're off to
There
a
was-
good start.
I know.
My
So
gosh.
Castile says to Malik, what did she do to you? And he responds with, open my eyes to the truth, just like she will do for you. And I'm just like, oh, poor Cass. He's like so
Ugh.
sad.
Because, like,
On
go ahead.
I was gonna say on this too, like this is maybe I had this crockpot theory before this happened, but kind of right after like Malik saying this is Isbeth or the Queen speaks and she says Castile. Like, how did it sound on the audiobook, Amanda? Because in the ebook, like Castile, the name is in italics. Nothing else said is in italics.
Oh,
And it
I
says
did
like
not
the
notice
voice
it any
reach
different.
us in her voice reach us like a snake in the grass. I'm
No,
like,
I
that
didn't notice
feels
it anything.
suspicious to me.
Huh. The thing that's crazy is when he says, like, as she will do to you, like, she is telling them the truth. And I think it's changing a lot for them, but it doesn't change the fact that what she is doing is still
It's still
terrible.
fucked up.
Like,
yes.
all of these things are terrible. And now you're taking it and creating a more terrible situation. Like, it's
right.
like both sides at this point are equally guilty. Like, I
Yeah.
think anyways, like
Yeah,
they're
I think
they're
so,
both
too.
100% equally guilty, and both are withholding information to
Mhm.
continue this terribleness to happen. Like,
The whole time I'm reading this section, I'm like, oh, Amanda is like, I called it. I called it.
I was so happy. And I'm like, I don't know if Kristen is also happy with, like, I didn't want her to be bad. I didn't want her to have been lying, but I just felt that something was up. And I was so happy.
That
that-
lying traitorous bitch.
That son of a bitch. I knew it. Knew it.
Oh.
But so sad. Like,
I know. I feel like so sad for Cass. Like, what the fuck? Everything he's just learned, like, Jesus.
it's crazy because
And
what
does he
happened?
even know? Does
ahead.
he even know all of it? Like, does he know that his mom knew about like the Revenants and stuff? And like, does he know that his mom potentially?
I think so.
Yeah, it was all
Yeah.
it was all
Isbeth's son-
announced
was
in
that
this
before?
room.
I think
I
so.
literally can't. I'm like, I can't remember if she found out stuff after or before.
No, I think that was with Cass there. No, I mean, he wasn't there for the conversation that Poppy had with her mom, but
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
was given
So
a
like,
lot of...
but doesn't? Yeah, never mind.
He
I'm
just
like,
knows
does-
what Isbeth said, and Isbeth does say it in that
Yes.
conversation.
But
just
like, he doesn't
didn't hear
know
his
that
mom.
it's for sure. Like,
Right.
he
yes,
could assume
didn't hear
Isbeth
his
is lying.
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't hear his mom confirm it because he's captive at that point. Held captive.
Yeah.
So Cass makes the lunge at the Queen, but Poppy is holding his hand, keeping him back. The Queen goes to grab Cass's arm, and Poppy stops her, saying, "Don't you touch him." And the Queen says that she would never think to touch her husband. That would be disrespectful. And Poppy responds with, as if you care about being respectful. I made a note here, like Poppy in this conversation and the one with Cass's mom later, I'm like, she has come so far. Like,
She
the
really has.
stuff coming out of her mouth and like defending herself and defending like her friends, I'm like, go
Totally
Queen,
agree.
like you got this.
Totally agree.
Like, I really like seeing how far she's
Yeah.
come.
I found it interesting that what is happening right now to Castile is the exact same thing that happened to Poppy at the beginning of the book, where everything she thought to be true was totally turned upside down. And she had to
Yep.
come to the realization of the people that I loved, that I thought cared about me, are all liars and don't love me and don't care about me. And that, I mean, I think his parents care about him, but it's just everything he knew to be true. It's
Right.
interesting now to see him have to go through this and
Mhm.
how he, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, we don't really get to see now how he's going to handle it and whatnot, but it's just a very
I mean,
interesting.
like we've said it before, but they kind of mirror each other in a lot of ways,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
this is kind of like another example of that.
Yeah.
I made a note here that Poppy notes that the Queen's eyes, while dark, are not as dark as Ascended usually are. She can see the pupils in her eyes. So, like, obviously we find out later it's because she's not
Yeah.
actually Ascended, which Poppy, I think, kind of has always assumed, but
Yeah. Yeah, she
Yes.
asked, I think, more than once, like,
yeah.
maybe she's not Ascendant. And they're like, Poppy, of course she is. Like,
Yeah.
Idiot. She was right. I put a note here, Katie. Poppy could smell the scent of rose and vanilla from the Queen.
Oh.
Just, I mean, they say those things do have scent, but still.
At least, yes. At least it's
But
appropriate to the five senses that it's referring to, but
Yes.
it's still cringy.
The
So funny.
Queen says at some point that the king is in the capital. At this moment, I was questioning, do you think that she's lying about that or not?
Like King Jalara, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, do we
Yes.
think that he exists even? Is he dead? Is she just making this
I was a
up?
little worried, especially because like right in that same sentence, Poppy's mentioning how Malik is standing at her side as if he were her consort, and I was like,
Right?
did she off the king and now she has Malik?
But she doesn't
was-
because we see him at the end. But
Yeah, she doesn't, but I was
Yes,
wondering
at this point, right?
point.
I was like,
yes. Yeah. Yeah. So the queen keeps referring to Poppy as like child, and then she's calling like Cass Prince instead of like referring to them as like king and queen, because like the Ascended are always like, oh, like the false prince, oh, the false, like
Yes.
they don't recognize the crown. Poppy says they are not those things. And then the queen says, and I put this in quotes, the younger brother surpasses the eldest, and the maiden becomes queen, just as I had always hoped for you. And my note to this was, what the fuck?
There's so many notes I have. I put even here. Poppy was to marry Malek. I am just getting mind blown at everything that the queen
Literally.
says. She'll say something. I'm like, what? Then she says something else. I'm like, what? Like, how can we? Oh, she also asked about the joining. I think because of the way
Yes,
the wolves.
that's my
Yes,
next
she did.
note.
And like
She's
Poppy.
like, which of these wolven are you joined to? And I'm like,
I'm
bleh,
like,
bleh.
yes.
Ow.
And it's interesting. How would she? I guess the joining is not necessarily. It's a Wolven
might
and
have
an
known about it
Atlantean,
from
right?
Malik,
Yes, exactly.
though.
At first, I was like, "How does she know about this?" But yeah, she must have. And Poppy confirms. She's like, "No, I'm bonded to them." Like,
Yeah. And then the
They're
queen's
all
like,
mine.
what? Thinking she means like she joined all of them. And I don't think she quite realized what Poppy was referring
that's so
to.
funny. Oh, I didn't take it that way. I thought she was like, "Oh my god, wow! Somehow you're super strong."
Oh, I thought she just thought she
I
was
feel
a
like I
whore.
also took like the
She just
Sorry.
that is so funny that you
That's
thought
literally
she
what I
thought
thought.
she slept with every Wolven.
Yes. Joined them all.
No, I took it as her being like, no, I'm bonded to them. Like in the way that a Wolven is bonded to an Atlantean. She was
Well, I
saying
knew
to
that's
her,
what Poppy meant, but I thought the queen was like,
Oh,
damn, girl.
that is so funny.
Oh, whoops.
I love that.
That's funny.
I think you were going to say something before I interrupted, Kristen. I'm sorry.
When you're talking about like the queen calling Poppy child and like the prince, like I kind of took it too as a way of like her trying to put them down and like make them doubt themselves, like a little bit of
Belittling, really.
psychological warfare.
Yeah.
She's very good at psychological warfare.
She really is. Like she got
Like, damn.
I
There's a
hate
couple
it.
points in this book I'm like, is she going to end up being the good guy? And then like you find out other stuff. I'm like, okay, no. But like there was a couple seconds there.
Yeah.
I was like,
And I
she's
wondered
very-
with she says Ileana. I feel that I wrote down and I'm wondering, I'm rereading, like, and I'm like, I think I misunderstood here. But I feel like I wrote somewhere that Ileana calls herself the queen. Like
Yes.
the queen.
yes, she does.
And it makes me really worried. And like given how she thought about Poppy marrying Malek, like she has to have a greater plan here.
I think it harkens back
And I think that
to-
goes her wanting both territories, honestly.
I agree.
Yes, and I think it also harkens back to like remember when Poppy was still the maiden and they would always refer to Atlantia and like their royalty as like
Mhm.
the wrong prince, like the
Yeah.
the fake prince, the false prince. Like I think
Yep.
they just don't acknowledge anything but them as royalty. Like even like when they know Poppy is, like they still don't.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even King Jalara, when we meet him later, keeps calling her the maiden like on purpose. So
Yeah.
like I think they just refuse to accept anything that's not them.
I also took that like him calling her the maiden as again psychological warfare, like trying to put her back into that like
yes.
Yep.
Oh,
that
made me
meek
so
place.
you,
mad.
you,
was.
yes.
Yeah, I know.
Did
Bitch.
you guys did or do you have a different opinion now on whether or not the first maiden was real or not? Do you think
I
there was
still
a
think
first...
she was.
You still
think
think
she
that
was.
she was the first maiden still?
Oh
Or that she was real? Like, do you think your theory
no, I
is
don't think
not a
I
thing
think
anymore?
our theory was proven wrong.
But
and
you
I'm kind of
think-
sad about it.
But you me
But-
too, because I was like, damn, that was
Right?
so good.
That would have
because
been such good.
our theory consisted of like she was the first maiden and is the child of Nyctos.
That's true.
And the
Yes.
consort.
Correct.
And she doesn't remember any of it because she was put to sleep or whatever.
Yes.
But that's obviously not true because we find out
Yes.
that she's the
So
granddaughter.
You do think there was a first maiden?
I do
now.
think there was a first maiden. I just
Do
don't
you have
think
thoughts?
it's Poppy
Like, do you
anymore.
think it was maybe Poppy's mother, or do you think it would have to have been a bloodline, right? If the first
don't know.
maiden had the same goals
right.
as what Poppy's were, which was to take the crown.
Unless
Or do you think
Ileana
that's
calls
not-
herself, Isbeth calls herself the first maiden.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Poppy either asked her, it did get brought up,
She
and it
does
was
ask
kind of
her.
like,
It's brushed off. She doesn't answer it.
yes. And it in a way that makes it seem like that person existed,
Yes.
but like this is not relevant to anything anymore.
I feel like if there wasn't, she would have probably either said no or like
how
it
I
would have
feel
been more
too.
of an obvious like laughed it off kind of thing.
Like,
you know?
believe in that garbage that
Yeah.
we've been
Yes.
telling you, Poppy. Like, come on, you know everything was a lie up until this point, but like,
Yeah, like
she
you're so
did not-
naive.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
I guess we'll find out, but
Yeah.
I still think there is.
I do too. No.
But we'll
Yeah.
see. I'm very sad though that our theory was
I know.
wrong.
Me
that was
too.
such a good
I feel
theory.
like
It really
a really
was.
good fan. What do you call that? Fan theory
fan book?
thing. Yes, needs to be
Yes.
like done.
Fanfic.
'Cause,
Come on, someone write it.
yes, That would be epic.
Alternative ending.
I don't know if I'm jumping ahead here with any notes here in chapter 45, but my next note was that I believe Malek, Malek is the brother's name, not Malik. Malek
Yeah.
said, "I was your ascension," in reference to Cass, correct? And I was like, huh? Like,
No,
that
I think
really-
it was
I think
Poppy. Poppy. He was talking to Poppy.
Yeah.
like-
what does that, what did you, how did you interpret that? When he said, "I was your ascension," meaning that
Well-
he was supposed to ascend her, but in
Well, then he
fact,
says
Cass
next
did
thing,
it?
like, or at least that's what we were going to call it. Like, I don't think
I think
there
it's
was ever
what
going
Cass...
to be an ascension. I think
Just
it was
their,
just going
their
to be what they
marriage
called it.
was going to be
No,
called an ascension?
No, I think it's what like Cass ended up doing to her. Like
Because he did
ascended
ascend her.
but she doesn't ascend
So
because
he,
she has the blood of a god in her. So she comes into her powers and whatever the hell. Like,
so you think that Malek, the plan was that Malek was going to do that to
Yes.
Poppy,
yes,
like how I was going to be your ascension.
that's how I took it anyway. Maybe
I
I'm
didn't
wrong,
even
but that's
know.
how I took it.
was just like, what? Like,
I
what is meant by
I
this?
just thought that was just my
their
thoughts were that
joining
it was
was-
just not like it was just they were gonna say Poppy was ascended and that's what they were calling it, but it wasn't actually an ascension.
more like a
He
metaphorical
says like that's
term.
at least yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So, Castile kind of like tries to rope the conversation back to why they're there, and he says like, "We want to talk to you about the future." And like the queen essentially reiterates their entire plan, like, "Yeah, you were gonna come here and threaten to tell everyone the truth, and we were supposed to just like hand everything over to you." And like she talks as if she knows the whole thing, and then I put, "Oh my god, is this because we have a mole? Oh my
I
god,
put
who
that
is it?"
too.
And then I'm like, Alistair did it.
But do you know what I don't
Fucking
understand?
Alistair.
I don't think Alistair knew that plan. Did he? You're saying
Depends on-
way before they knew that Alistair was bad, this was the exact plan, and Alistair was confined. Like, I mean, maybe it was. I just feel like that
I
was
still
so
think they have a
long
mole.
ago that I feel
Yeah.
like that plan was made like recently after they took King and Queen and they said, "Okay, we're gonna go to the Blood Queen, and this is gonna be what we say to them." That's why I'm like,
I mean, I think there was I think Alistair knew that like Poppy and Cass kind of wanted to do this. I don't think anything was actually confirmed.
so it's like surface
But,
level knowledge that Alistair had. Like, we
yes.
know they want to go to the
Yeah.
Blood Queen and make some sort of proposal.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it was that specific. Like, you wanted to say this to us,
And
you
there
wanted to do
must
this.
still be a mole because they
Yes.
Yeah.
knew like which way they were coming
Yes.
in. And
Yep.
right.
who do you guys think it is?
I
I think I
feel
talked last time. I think it's Emil or Perry. I think those were my two last time.
I feel heartbroken even thinking
I know.
anyone can do.
And just because so my theory was I think those two in maybe not Emil, maybe I can't remember. but I did talk about it last. Perry and
I
Delano,
kind of
maybe?
remember this. Yeah, you like they were
I
threatened.
talked about it last episode, yeah, but I
Yes.
think they did it to save the other.
Yes, like not because they wanted to betray them, but the other one was threatened with their life, and they just thought, I'm going to save the love of my life if that means betraying
Yes.
Cass and Poppy, right? Like that's kind of...
I was trying to make it as best as I could.
That's so sad, though.
I know.
Yeah. So the queen denies their offer and then gives one of her own. I wrote this in quotes because I didn't want to miss anything. So, you will claim Atlantia in my name and swear sovereignty to me. You will retain your titles as prince and princess, but you will ensure that several of my dukes and duchesses are able to safely cross the Skotos to establish royal seats throughout Atlantia. You will dismantle your armies and convince your people of Atlantia that this is for the best. Of course. Her head cocks to the side. Oh, and I want the former king and queen brought to the capital where they will be tried for treason. To which Malik has no emotional attachment.
This is where I'm also like wondering, is he being controlled somehow? Because
How does he have
this
nothing?
comes up. Yeah, there's no emotion, and then it comes up later on, like she's talking about the Revenants, and his jaw hardens as they're talking about, like the handmaiden went to join the queen, and his jaw hardens. Maybe it's also something between him and the Revenant, though, like something going on there.
I know. I feel like they were.
And then
yeah.
there's later on where I didn't write down context, but he jerks at something. I'm like, these aren't throwaway comments at his jaw hardening. He's jerking at something happened. I'll try and find it.
Yeah.
And
Maybe he
the no
loves-
emotions.
I think he does.
Yeah, he says Malik jerked as if he was about to take a step forward, but stopped himself a second before the knight could thrust a knife. Yeah, so I think maybe
It was
related
when
like
back
he's
to
about to
her.
stab her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he was going to
I want
react
to-
and realize
yeah.
I can't break character. I can't like it's
And
like
maybe
he's
he
in
felt-
love with
maybe-
her and he's going along with all of this because he loves this Revenant. And I feel that this Revenant is trapped. She said she was. She said, like, I'm just like you as the
Yes.
maiden.
Mhm.
Like,
Did
she
you have a choice when you were the maiden?
clearly does not have a choice in this. She clearly isn't happy about being killed over and over again and being
Mhm.
the queen's puppet. And maybe there's a world in which Malik is in love with her and has to play this part to do what he thinks needs to be done to eventually maybe overthrow the queen, whatever that looks like, to then save this Revenant love that he has. I don't know.
I also think it's not without. I think it's worth noting, I should say, that when Ian is killed, the Revenant seems like super distraught about it.
Yep.
So I'm like, is this like some love triangle thing going on?
God,
like
I hope
she
not,
wants
but-
Ian, like he wants the whatchamacallit, Malek
See,
wants
do you know how I
her.
felt a little bit
Yes.
about this? Is I felt that like Ian, to me, clearly seemed Queen is evil. Poppy, I'm trying to help you like get past this and defeat her, right?
Mhm.
And it seemed that Tawny was in on that with Ian, but they were all playing a part. And that made me believe that this Revenant is also in on
Mhm.
Ian's goodness,
Yeah.
and that Malek potentially is also in on that too, when the way he was flinching with the Revenant and things happening.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a bigger internal conspiracy kind of going on that they're trying to overthrow without being able to. Like, I hope that will come to light about this
I
other
hope
big
so,
thing.
too.
That was despite my crockpot theory about him working with the Ascended. Later on, I'm like, I was wondering, like, is he playing the long game? Like, is he playing along with Isbeth and being like, oh yes, I believe he opened my eyes,
Right.
just to like overthrow or like
Right.
get inside information, like, but like he hasn't so far, and like I don't know, but
like, what's the
I'm
alternate?
playing both sides of the fence here.
If he didn't do that, like, let's see, what are his options? Play ball or become what Cass was, where they just torture him?
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's almost like there was two brothers and they both went separate ways. Like, one was like, nope, I'm just going to refuse everything and get tortured. And one was like, okay, what if I play along? Like, how can I,
Yeah.
like, right? Like, maybe there's good in both. One just being like, F you totally. And one being like, quiet, F you. I'm going to do this behind your back and somehow hopefully.
Take
I
you
don't
down
know.
Which I
inside.
feel like even like as you say that, it kind of fits with like who they were. Like Malik or Malek,
Yep.
what is it?
I
Malek?
know, I get
remember which is
confused
which.
because they're so
The
similar.
son,
I think
the
Malik.
brother,
I think Malik.
Malik was like raised, and he probably was raised to think logical and like
As a
be the king
king.
and like do
What's
that. So
best
he
for
thinks he's
Atlantia.
playing chess. Whereas Cass
Ooh.
was trained to like fight, and he's like, no, I'm digging in my heels. I'm standing my ground. So it
That's
kind
a
of
very good
actually
point.
fits.
Such a good analogy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually gaining so much more positive thoughts in that maybe there's
I
like we can save
really
Malik and
hope.
his again like treason, we'll say, against Atlantia or what have you. So that's good.
Okay, so this is the next point here. Like my next note is the queen finishes her offer and Poppy's like, why on earth would we ever like accept that?
Yeah.
And that's when they bring up the Revenant and she describes them. So I have it in a quote, so I'm just gonna read it.
Let's hear it.
A Revenant is an amazing thing. Queen Ileana angled her body towards the handmaiden, a very old thing that fell out of favor all the way back when the gods walked among men. She said, picking up the young woman's braid and draping it over her shoulder. They are faster than most Atlanteans could hope to be, perhaps even faster than a wolven. They are incredibly strong, and even those vertically challenged as the one beside me, and then I stopped what I was quoting, and I put, I freaking called it! Because I said, remember, I'm like, that handmaiden is a Revenant.
Yeah.
I called it.
I wrote, Katie, you called it.
So I stopped mid-quote to say that.
Yeah,
But anyways,
you're
I'll
like, just say
continue.
no. I was right. Moving on.
They are exceptionally trained fighters born with inherent skill, and they are good for one thing. The queen smiled as she drew a thumb across the red painted mask, and that is killing. A Revenant isn't really mortal. They are something else entirely.
It just seems like from what Ian had said, I was just imagining a craven-minded monster, like something that had no
Same.
control, something that was just inherently evil. And this Revenant doesn't seem like that to me. Like it seems that she's
No.
the capability of being terrible. She has a capability of coming back to life in a fight, but inside it seems like she's not for what's going on. And it's like I felt that there was no consciousness anymore. Like they were just wild and they couldn't have cohesive thoughts and morals. And even when Niktos, he was like, the Revenant, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Like that also to me made it seem like these are not people or creatures that can be reasoned with, and they're just all terrible. But right now I feel like maybe some are good and some are bad in the same way that
Well, even we find
Ascended
out
are. And
Poppy's mom was a Revenant and she wasn't evil. Like, she literally tried to steal
Right?
Poppy away.
Exactly. So it's
I
like in the
wonder
wrong
if-
hands, that power of being a Revenant could be terrible.
Yeah. I almost wonder if it's something like they can't deny and direct order from like whoever made them kind of deal. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But Malek was the one that made them.
True.
And then he could just be like, kill the queen. Like,
True.
meh, dead.
True. Off with her head.
Dead. But maybe the reason that the gods and Niktos was saying that maybe they can't be killed by God. Well, they can't. Like Poppy's powers don't work on them. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why he's like, oh my God, they're terrible because they're beyond what gods can even like.
What
Because
they can do with
Niktos
their
can just kill
power.
someone, right? By thinking about it. And if he
Right.
can't, maybe that just to him is a huge danger and a threat. And
I
that
almost
was-
wonder if it's more than that, though. Like, it's not, like, I don't get the impression that he'd be like, I can't kill that thing, so, like, it's that awful. Like, I wonder if it has to do more, and maybe we learn more about, like, how they're made or, like, how that process is done, because
Maybe.
it's, like, not necessarily, like, a crime in their power, but, like, a crime to humanity, like,
Mhm.
as it is.
maybe
'Cause,
like an
they're
abomination
taking
of
babies.
Yes.
They're doing this. Like, it probably, like, I wonder if it goes against everything. Like, if you think of, like, the circle of life and, like, you cut that off and, like,
the creation story is more what the issue
Yeah, like, it
is
doesn't,
versus
like-
the being it is.
it, like, eliminates a balance in the universe kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like, that's kind of where my
Which
mind
would make
goes.
sense from a god's perspective,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because they kind of oversee that.
Yeah.
And also too, like they don't like the Ascended, right? Like they call the Ascended abominations as well. So it's
Mhm.
kind of along the same
That's
lines.
true.
as an
And there
Ascended,
can be
really.
good Ascended that aren't,
Yeah.
they didn't choose this life and they're just trying to be
Mm-hmm.
decent. And
Right.
that's
Yeah.
true.
So this is when the queen orders the knight to kill the handmaiden, the Revenant. He stabs her in the heart, and then the queen has Venetta confirm that she's dead. Like she feels her pulse, and she says she can smell death.
Mhm.
And they're all like freaking out, like, how could you do that? What's wrong with you? And the queen's like, just give it a minute. And then all of a sudden, like her fingers start twitching in her arm, and then she gasps for breath and comes back to life. Kieran, quote, Kieran draws back. What in the actual fuck?
I have a note here too that says she has lifeless eyes. And I think this is Poppy's inner monologue, like when she's coming back to life, explaining like whether it's like she was trying to feel her emotion, but she said she has lifeless eyes, and I put here because her life is literal torture. Like she can't
Yeah.
even be put out of her own
Mhm.
misery.
No.
She literally just has to keep on existing
Yeah.
in whatever form whoever is forcing her to do what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she had no choice in this. Like
Yeah.
there's no way like she could have
yeah.
said yes
Exactly.
or no.
Yeah.
I feel like we get like a sense later on, like, doesn't she say something like she's tired of it? Like,
Yeah, she's
I
like,
feel
I
like I
can't-
got a sense of
Yes.
that she was tired of being killed.
Yeah, she says something along the lines of like, I can't wait for my final death or something like
yeah.
that.
Yes.
I feel like I even, like, I don't know what was said. Like, I can't remember. But when we first met this Revenant in the hallways or tunnels, reading this kind of brought me back to some of the comments she had made. And, like, I couldn't even say what they are now, but they feel to me very ominous now that I realize what's happening to her and how she doesn't have a choice in this, and that it's a very cursed life that she is living.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I could connect things that she had said before, and I'm like, oh, like this is why Poppy was feeling that from her, or this is why she said those things. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it seems very obvious to me now that she is in this not by choice,
No.
and it's a
Mhm.
suffering that she is enduring constantly
Mhm.
because of what's happening to her.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
So Poppy asks how they're created to the queen, and she responds with, they are not simply created, they are born, the third sons and daughters of two mortal parents. Not all carry this trait. Those who do remain unremarkable unless discovered, she said. And the sickening knowledge rolled through me. The children given to the right. This is what became of them. The blood of a king, or one destined to be, is needed to ensure that they will reach their full potential. But apparently, she looks over at Prince Malik. I don't have that anymore. So she's saying, like, because now Cass is king,
Yeah.
Malik is no longer destined to be king. Malik can't be
Do you think
used to
she'll
make
kill him?
anymore.
I have a hard
don't
time
know.
with this. She doesn't straight up say that they are ascended. Are we just like we're making that like that's saying it without saying it?
What do you mean
Yeah, 'cause
that they're
they
not-
need the
who?
blood of the king.
The Revenant,
To make
you're
a revenant,
saying?
they need the blood of a king.
But they are. I guess I just didn't take that as in an ascension form. I don't know why. I still don't know if I think that, which is weird.
I mean, it doesn't say the words
It doesn't
ascension.
say.
And it's weird to me that if, like, let's say that was the case and the blood of the king had to, like, ascend them, it's hard for me to understand how, because he was in line, the second the crown was on Castile, it's just like, oh, my blood just doesn't work now. Like, when you're God no matter what. You don't unbecome a God.
It's not God. It's not God.
I know, but it's weird that all of a sudden his blood that was the same as it was yesterday will no longer turn him into a revenant
but
because
now
my
he's
brother
no
was.
longer.
I know,
he's
but
no lo-
I know that he's no longer the king and he's no longer in line to be the king, but
Yeah.
literally nothing has changed in him other than the
Except
fact.
the
Spiritually, though.
But, like, but that's what I'm
spiritually, it's
saying.
there.
The line, I get that, but like that's a hard thing for me to grasp when his blood is still his blood and his like.
But his blood no longer has the magic.
But was
He
there
don't got
magic?
the
I
magic,
think of it
baby.
like think of it like a spell. Like
Bippity
it's like a
boppity
spell.
boo, you turn back into
Yes.
a pumpkin, bitch.
I guess, but it's like it. I don't.
Midnight struck,
It's
you
just
know
like-
it's fantasy, man.
I know, and that's why I need to just get over that, because I guess like when the crowns went on their heads, crazy shit happened. But like that
Yeah.
crazy shit never happened to Malik. But because it was gonna maybe happen to him, his blood was good enough. You know, like
Well,
he
he was supposed to be king. Like
Yeah.
I guess I have a hard time with that, like just accepting it. I guess because he was supposed to be, but he still wasn't yet. But I guess I don't know. Maybe the God's blessing. I don't know. But I was like, "Oh, that's weird." It's like, oh, never mind. I wonder when they noticed. Like all of a sudden, were they just ascending a whole bunch of people and they just were normal
I mean,
ascended?
you
And
can kind of almost compare it to like there's not blood involved, but like Prince Harry, like he all of a sudden he wasn't a thing because he's like, I don't want to be anymore. Like he didn't want to be part of the royal family. It's like nope, but he's
I
still.
agree. But like if he took a shit the
like-
next day, it'd be the same shit. Like it doesn't. You know what I mean?
You're thinking of it too much.
I know, and I wish I wasn't, because I'm like, if they need his blood, It's not like his blood changed, but I guess
But it doesn't have the magic anymore.
that
You could
might
say
be
that,
it.
I guess, about Prince Harry's though. Like that's no longer the blood of someone in line for the kingdom because he said no, I don't want to.
I guess
It's still the same blood, but it's like the thought
But it's not
behind it.
magical no more.
Yeah.
But he's still my favorite prince.
It's the same.
So yeah, I was just
I
I'm
was crying
struggling
when we
with that.
found out that the revenants were made from the babies.
So, okay, another question here. Everybody, like, ascensions were happening up until Poppy's brother was, like, the last one that was ascended. So, but they were still ascending these babies, right, in hopes to create revenants. So the ones that just ascend just stay ascended then, I imagine?
Or they kill them.
Or do they kill the ascended after? Like, I wonder if it's an immediate, like, okay, yep, we can tell. Because it sounded like she said they grow into their power. So I wonder if there's like a time period where they realize, okay, this is just regular ascended versus not. And was there a period where they had to stop doing that? I guess when Cass became the king, right? That would have been the
I would
moment
assume they killed the ones
that-
that didn't turn into revenants because how are you going to explain this new
Right?
ascended?
to all of
Right.
these people.
Like they might,
Yes.
like I kind of think in my head, I'm like, oh, they must have like a camp somewhere that no one knows about except for
Yeah.
like the Blood Crown. That's where they're doing the ascensions. That's where they're training them. If you're not, you're cut off.
Yep. Yeah.
Good boy.
And they're also being kept hidden because, like, I guess they're taking away his babies.
Yeah.
I was going to say because, like, the parents would recognize them, but not
But
if
they
they're
don't
taking
even
his babies,
necessarily
maybe
have
not.
to kill them. The revenants aren't being killed, and there's a bajillion of them hidden away
No,
from
but that's what
everybody.
I'm saying. Like, how do people not recognize them?
Yes.
But they were taken as babies, so
Yeah.
they probably don't come out
You're
until
like, oh, you
they're
look like my
adults.
infant from
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Okay, so my next quote kind of leads into the end
I
of
have
this
something
chapter.
back.
Okay,
I have
yes,
something
go.
before this. So, right before like she explains the revenants, I thought this was really arrogant of her. So she actually explains like, you can stab them with anything, you can cut their throats, you can set them on fire, and it's not going to kill them. I'm like, this is very actually arrogant of her. She's literally handing them the answers to the test. Here's how you can't kill them. Like she could have not said that, and then when they went
Let
to
them
like
try.
battle,
Yes.
they would have had to like eliminate all these things.
Yes, she
And
was
instead she's
showing
like,
her hand.
here you
almost.
go.
Yeah, don't do this or this or this. Like, I'm already helping you.
And then I wondered if it was going to be something with like a new thing or something with Dragonfire, which I think maybe was already obvious before this. But I wondered if it was maybe a new fire that Poppy could summon, because we hear of that silvery stuff that sometimes. And I wondered also if she could do something because they're called an abomination of life and death, and she's related to the god of
That's
life
true.
and death.
That's interesting.
True. Yep.
I guess only they can do the dragons
Summon,
though. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
The Draken!
It also is, with the queen saying those things, like, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. It's like, you know that she just had a room of these, and she's like, try to kill them this way. Let's sever their necks. Let's burn them
Literally.
alive. Like, the
I
fact
never
that
thought of
she literally, clearly did every terrible thing that you could imagine to see if it would kill them or not. Constantly
Yep.
succumbing these people to this type of torture over and over and over again.
After
And
kidnapping them as babies
Yes.
and raising them for essentially slaughter.
their lives are literally how many ways can we torture and kill them, and seeing if it works or not, which is also horrifying.
I never thought of that, and that makes me really sad now.
Yep.
Like really sad.
Can I be like #Team Revenant? Like, these people deserve peace in their lives.
No
Like,
shit.
Revenant
eh?
redemption.
yes.
For real.
Awful.
Okay, so my next quote kind of goes into the end of the chapter. It's very long because it was a huge info dump, so I literally copied it and pasted it from Kindle. Does anyone have anything else before I read the monologue?
I have a few notes. I just put, like, if there's so many Revenant and they're so powerful and they don't die, why haven't they turned against a Blood Crown? There's obviously some sort of control, right, that we don't
Yeah.
know about. So like, we kind
Yeah.
of learn that, I think, later. Like, there's more obvious hints towards that. But I'm like, why aren't they doing this? Especially if Poppy's power doesn't work on her. I imagine neither does the Queen's.
Mhm.
And then I wrote out, like, oh my God, the Queen is her mother. So this must be the moment we learn
Yes.
that as well.
Yeah, this is the monologue.
And I think, I don't know who said this, but I put, oh, they called her mom a treacherous bitch. I love that. And then I just ended with, okay, she is Isbeth. Mic drop. So,
Yep.
and just so,
Okay, so let me read this whole ginormous quote. So Cass says, then why haven't you just seized Atlantia? Half of the armies would die. She's responding with half of my armies would die or become lost crossing the Skotos. Even the Revenants wouldn't fare well in that mess, she stated. Besides, I don't want the Atlantean people to hate me. I want their respect, their loyalty, not their loathing. Well, Castile started. That ship's already sailed. Feelings can be changed, she said dismissively, especially when the queen is the daughter of the Queen of Solis. And Poppy says, my mother, I laughed hoarsely. I thought you were my grandmother. And she said, I don't know why that silly bitch told you that, she replied. Duchess Tierman was loyal, but not exactly the most intelligent. I was like, oh, shit.
That's so funny.
I shook my head in utter disbelief. You claimed of being my mother is such a ridiculous lie. I cannot believe that you would even think I would entertain such a statement. And then the queen says, oh, please do not tell me that you still believe Coralina is your mother. That treacherous bitch.
Oh, that's what she said. Okay, never
feisty.
mind.
That treacherous bitch did not carry you for 9 months and then spend hours screaming in pain to bring you into this world, she spat, climbing the wide, short steps that encircled the entire chamber that led to the alcove. And neither did you, I growled. Is that so? She replied. You're not a vampire, Castile's hand pressed against my lower back. You cannot have children. Or sorry, you are a vampire. You cannot have children. She's not a vampire, Ian said, and looking at me, his features were drawn, and she speaks the truth. She is your mother. Coralina was Ian's mother. Leopold was his father, Queen Ileana said, placing her empty glass on the marble podium. And then that's when I realized there were no more servants in the room. Cora was my most favorite handmaiden and most trusted. I had her care for you, so that none of those who sought to gain what I had could use you, my child, against me. And many, who I know many would be foolish enough to try. I trusted her and she betrayed me. She and her worthless husband thought that they could steal you away. Apparently she discovered my intention to marry you to Prince Malek, finally bringing the two kingdoms together, and she didn't approve of it. Coralina survived the attack, by the way, which I was like, what? She was a
Yes.
revenant after all. She smoothed her hands over the ruby chains at her waist. However, she did not survive my wrath. I was like, oh,
Right,
like I thought we were gonna maybe get to
there's a
meet
little bit of
Coralina.
hope.
I know. My one note was like, she's a revenant and alive. I'm crying. And then I'm like, oh.
But she
Oh.
doesn't mention anything about the dad, did she?
No, she doesn't.
No.
So Ian's
Which
biological.
he still is alive, according to no death on page rule.
Yes.
right.
Okay, so then she says, I didn't want to do it. That hurt me more than you will ever believe. She was like a daughter to me, and she betrayed me. The queen took in a deep breath as she motioned the knight away from the curtain window. I am not a vampire, nor is Ileana my name. My first name, that is. She curls her fingers around the edges of the curtain. I reach down, gripping Castile's arm. My first name I was born with is one you've probably heard. It was Isbeth. And I went, guys, we called it. She's the first ascended. And then I put, well, except she didn't ascend, obviously, because she's not vampire.
Except she ain't what we thought she was.
That was
but-
such like an info dump too. Like,
Oh,
and
it was nuts.
she also confirms in that sentence that she knows how to end a revenant without the dragon's blood. I was like,
'Cause she
that's
kills the
another
mom.
like,
Oh,
that's
good
another
call.
like point to think
Yep.
of.
Yep.
And
Interesting.
I
I
was
never
like,
caught
how?
that.
Yeah.
It
How
was
did we not?
such an info dump. I was like, what?
Yeah.
The whole chapter. I'm like, what?
Can you read that last couple of sentences? Because there was something there that stood out that I was going to comment on.
How far back do you want me
Just
to
like
go?
2 sentences, like not very far.
I am not a vampire, nor is Ileana my name. Like before that, or
Oh yeah,
keep
no, that's
going?
perfect. She said, nor is Ileana my first name. So do
Yeah,
we think that's
my
her middle
first
name?
name, that
Not that
is.
it's relevant, but she must be Isbeth Ileana something.
I just
Assuming.
assumed. I
Like a
almost
middle
assumed
name.
honestly that she chose Ileana as like Eloana, whatever the Cass's mom.
to be like,
Ileana.
I'm the real one of us.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. So Cass's, I think she purposely chose a name so similar to Cass's mom as like a way to taunt her almost or tease her. Like, we both had Malik. My name's now close to your. Like, I think it was
yeah,
just a way to
that's
tease
actually
her.
hilarious.
Which,
she just
can I
seems that
just
type.
say, when I was reading this, I didn't really clue into the fact until we meet King Jalara at the end. I was like, oh my God, like, she's got this heart bond or whatever with Malek, but she remarried, obviously, because she's married to King Jalara. I'm like, how does that happen? Because, like, heartmates,
So-
I thought you, like, can't imagine being with anyone else, you know? Like, I don't know.
I this must happen in the next chapter, maybe, where she explains more about Malik or Malek, because my understanding is he is alive and like back somewhere in the kingdom. Doesn't Poppy ask, like, well, where's
He's
Malek
still
then?
entombed. He's still entombed.
He is for sure.
Mhm.
Was
Yeah.
it said
Mhm.
that? Because when I thought she said he's back wherever, and I was like, okay, so is he?
Jalara is back at the
Maybe
at the
that's where I
capital.
was like getting confused,
Yeah.
and I just assumed
Malek?
he.
Because remember at the end, she's like, that's the message that she says to bring back to the queen. Like,
Yes.
I'm the only one that knows where he is. Like,
It just
kinda
very
deal.
confused me because I thought that part where Cass's mom said that they must have found him was true, but we don't necessarily know that, or it's not true by the sound of things,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
It doesn't sound like she knows where it is because the way she talks about Malek is as if he's dead. Like, I don't think she thinks he's alive still. Like, she seems very
Got
sad.
you. Okay.
Was my understanding anyway.
There was
But
just so
anyway,
much
that-
information.
I know that we're an hour in. That's the end of chapter 45.
All right.
But it was so much.
It was. And
A
I feel
lot.
like we get an equal amount, if not more, in the next chapter, too.
Yeah, we do. It doesn't really stop.
So, chapter 46. So here, Queen Ileana, or Isbeth, I guess I'll say at this point, is further explaining how she is Isbeth, how she was Malek's heartmate, and how Cass's mom ultimately poisoned her, and that's why she needed to be saved. And then she also confirmed that's why she was not made into a vampire, and that was all a lie. So my first note is, oh my God, Cass's mom poisoned her.
Yep.
She's known everything, and I'm
I'm
just
like,
like
we
jaw.
were so right, Amanda, for being sus of her.
I know.
I
I
was
was
like-
like, damn it.
We're
And,
on to something.
Like literally, Poppy and was like, she knew we were going to talk to her. Like she knew we were going to talk to the Blood Crown.
Yep.
She had to have had even a 1% chance thought of she might tell them. Like
Yep.
the fact
Yep.
that you still wouldn't say anything because of your pride,
Yep.
then to have them come, risk their lives sending them there with this knowledge, and then knowing if they come back, which they may not have because you did not tell them this and they could have died, but if they come back, that they would have known. Like,
Yep.
mind blown at that.
I was so angry. So
like,
angry
at
that like
this-
she just
ugh.
kept that information from them.
I'm
Yeah, it's kinda fucked
livid
up.
to this point. I don't think I will ever forgive her. Like, Poppy kind of seems...
She's dead to me.
Yes, that's how I feel. And I feel like, I'm like, Poppy, you are way too forgiving in this moment about all of this. Like,
yeah.
and I mean, maybe she's doing it just for Cass, and I get it, but like, I am never gonna. I don't know. She seems way too chill, and I'm like, lose your shit, Poppy. Like she kind of did, but she, in my opinion, should dislike her just as much as this queen right
Yeah.
now. Like that's how I feel. I'm like, both you queens are the exact same. You are just lying,
Mhm.
and you don't care
Yep.
who dies.
Yep.
You don't care anything as long as your secret is safe, and then you get the revenge you want. Like that is the
And
only
it's
thing.
all about a boy.
Yes.
Come on, ladies.
Literally, it's so crazy. So crazy.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I thought this was interesting though. So my first note is when she's referencing how she was poisoned by Cass's mom. She says, if Malik hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be standing here, but he did. He just knew something was wrong. So it's kind of funny that, like, obviously that was when he ascended her or whatever, but like, isn't that also how like that's how Cass's mom fell in love with Malik, because he saved her, and it's like it's
Mhm.
kind of coming like full circle. He's now saving his heart bond or whatever.
Huh.
Like I know that's not how they met, but I just thought it was
That is interesting. I never thought about
I
that
didn't think of
literally.
that either.
yeah.
Interesting. Do you know what also was
Um,
interesting to me? Thinking back on previous conversations when Cass's mom said to Poppy, like, Malek was a good man and all of these things.
Mhm.
Like, I'm surprised now because there's no way she actually thinks that of Malek. I feel like at this point,
Yep.
she was like, I want to kill him. Like, that's basically what she did. She put him on these bones. She's like, F all of this. I'm literally going to send my children to die because I'm not giving the information here. Like, there's no way you can. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems very fake now. Like, not genuine, and I feel like she had to say what she needed to say to just gain Poppy's trust in that
Yep.
moment. But
I do feel like she says he was a good man. That doesn't mean he changed and wasn't a good man. Like at one point he
Mhm.
was. And the way I took this whole thing is that it's almost Cass's mom protecting herself. Like
Mhm.
she still wants to save face and seem
That's
like
true.
a good person.
that's true.
So that's why she's done all these things. Like
You're
Yeah.
right. Like, because
It doesn't
her
feel
saying
good.
that made me be like, oh, maybe she's not bad. Like, I was
Yeah.
starting to suss my sus, you know? I was like,
Sus
Yeah.
my sus.
maybe I was, not. Yeah, she almost had me convinced there. So you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just say what I need to say to keep my story straight.
So she says, like, she's explaining how he used his blood to save her or whatever. And she says, when a deity ascends a mortal, they do not become a vampire. They become something without the pesky limitations that the ascended have. So, like,
But he's
at
not
first
a
I was
deity.
thinking, I know, but that's what she said.
No,
it's
I
a
know, but
quote.
is that where you were thinking? Like, it's not deity blood, it's actually
No.
god blood?
No, I was like, at first I'm thinking like, well, that's essentially what happened to Poppy. Is it something to do with Cass's blood? I'm like, no, it's probably just because
Oh.
she has deity blood or whatever. But it's Isbeth's ascension sounds very similar to Poppy's, even though Isbeth was very clearly mortal when she ascended
Correct.
and Poppy wasn't. But like the outcome is very similar, I find.
Mhm.
Do we think that Poppy's ascension from Cass needed to happen, or that she would have, no matter
Yes.
what, grown into this godhood?
I think it needed to happen.
Yeah.
You think so? Even though
It
she has
almost, like-
primal blood? Like,
Yep.
If you kind of go
Nyktos-
back to go ahead.
I was just thinking, Nyktos made it seem like your power's always been there. You've always been
But
this,
I think it's because she's born in a mortal realm. Because he makes
Yeah.
a point to say that she was born on mortal land. And I think in order to
be a
gain
god.
that, yeah.
It just seems strange to me that a Lantian's blood, which is lesser blood than a god, would bring her to the godness. But I guess maybe it awakened something in her.
It could be like if you go back to I think it was Malik who said it, Malik or Isbeth, in the previous chapter. They're talking about when it was the ascension that needed to happen, but it was an ascension of the flesh. He specifically says, or we can refer to it as an ascension of the flesh. And it's almost like she, like that ascension type deal that Cass or Malek would have done. To me, like rereading that, I'm like, is it something metaphorical, like their blood somehow is freeing her of the mortal one and like rising above, so like that power was always in
Interesting.
her, but like
She needs
there's
that
something in that like
realization or-
yes, just
Huh.
not realization
Awakening.
but just like an awakening
Level
somehow,
up.
like it changed
Level up.
her.
Yeah.
Level
Yeah. Yes,
Interesting.
because they say ascension of the flesh, like it doesn't touch her but just like the body kind of she's in, even though it doesn't really change her body.
No, interesting perspective. I
Yeah.
never thought of it like that.
I didn't until we had the conversation.
So she's talking about how she has been called many things, like a mistress and a wife and a whore. And she says, I was his mistress, like referring to Malik. I don't know.
I
Take
know.
your pick. I loved him. I loved, as in past tense. Like, this is what makes me
Like,
think
as if
maybe
she thinks he's dead.
Yeah, I loved
Mm.
him. I still do. That's no lie. And then your mother had to go and ruin him. But no, I am no longer the mistress of any man, mortal or god. God, I coughed out. Malik was a god. Isbeth cut me off. He's Nyktos' son. Nyktos is no normal god. He is a primal, something far older and more powerful. So this is when we find out that Nyktos is not just deity, Malek is not just deity, but he is the son.
I was like, holy shit, all capitals.
Right?
Malik is a god? I was shook at this point.
I was this whole chapter, I'm like, what? 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 Nuts.
I know. When we talk about her having a son, like, that's all in capitals. I'm like, how is this chapter dropping so many
Oh.
metaphorical bombs? Like, I was
literally.
shocked.
That has to come up somewhere else, her son. Like, you saying maybe Malek is her son is still like, whoa. Like, maybe there's some validity to that I don't even know what. Like, that maybe Cass's mom, like, they know somehow. And,
like,
I don't know.
I can't remember if Cass's mom confirms that they killed the
She
son.
does. She says that
But
someone took care of it. I don't think she did, but I think she said Alistair did. I think she said Alistair
it's
took care
just
of it.
like, yeah. Or did he? Because he was working with the Ascended.
Uh-oh, what? What is it?
Okay. Could this, the guy that's in charge of the unseen, could that be Her son? I'm trying to think of why he would want Poppy dead. Would it be because he feels like he is the rightful heir to everything? And maybe Alistair didn't
Or
kill
he's like,
him?
Mommy dear asked me to do this.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Question. Yes,
Okay.
I do. Question though.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay. Hold on. Let me formulate my question.
You're like, whoa.
It's all trying to spit out of my brain at once. Okay. So if, let's say Poppy doesn't ever come to Atlantia, let's just pretend. Because Nyktos is not the only god. There are lots of gods.
Yes.
And all of these gods, in theory, have children. If someone of a different god's bloodline were to come to Atlantia, would they have the same claim to the throne because it's god blood? Or is it just Nyktos' blood that has the claim to
Nyktos,
Atlantia?
because he's the primal. And he killed all of the... Oh my god, this is hard. I don't understand. Yeah, I think Nyktos.
Just Nyktos'
I
blood?
think so, because he
Isn't he the
created
god
the
of
woman,
gods?
and yeah, like I think
like he would have his, like, if you have the blood of Nyktos, it's like you're more, like that's the first kind of crown. But if you have the blood of another god, then you're kind of second.
Okay,
you know?
so then but going back to my question, if Poppy never showed up in Atlantia, they don't know Poppy exists, or Malik, or anyone. And if another person with god blood, like one of her cousins, essentially,
Yes.
shows up, would they have the same claim to the throne? Obviously, hers would surpass that. But
Yes.
like, if she never showed up, would
I
they
think then
have
they
that
would
same
have
claim?
more of a claim. Yes.
in our world, is it just Atlantia and Solis that exist? Like, do you know what I mean? Is that it in this world? Because then I would say yes.
That we know of.
Right?
Yes.
I think yes. Because the gods are like overlooking this world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, I think you're right. I never like even thought about this, but you're right. Just
I
because she has
just thought
god
of it
blood,
right
she just
now.
owns all of everything on the
Okay,
mortal
so then
world.
if that's the case, then jumping back to your theory, if he is a different god's blood, could he be like, well, that's bullshit, like I should be in charge? Like maybe that's
he
why he
could.
wants her dead?
That's what I mean. Like he could be like, I'm the rightful heir. I was born
Yeah.
before you. I'm your older brother.
Oh, you think he's Poppy's brother?
Yes, which would be Queen Ileana's son that died, because that's her mother. She's like, my son that died, the Atlanteans
Oh.
killed them. And then Cass's mom said Alistair took care of that. Well, the Unseen are freaking Alistair's followers. Maybe Alistair didn't take care of that, said he did, and he's the one running the army of the Unseen.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And he's not dead.
Oh,
Because they called him the
shit.
true Dark One, didn't they?
They did.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah, I think Amanda's right.
Oh my god, I think you are.
Oh shit. Okay, that just popped in
My
my
mind
head.
is, I can't take any more metaphorical bombs, okay? I can't.
So one other thing that just popped into my head, like that just came to me right now. Like this was not in my notes, but something I did have in my notes here that it's not really like earth shattering or anything, but we were also told by Cass's parents that the reason that Malik ascended Isbeth is because of they couldn't go through the heart trials or whatever. They were
Yeah.
bonded. Does that even exist? Are there even any love trials?
I think so.
Because that wouldn't line up with this theory, would it?
What theory?
That like
That-
I mean, not with the theory. This wouldn't line up with what actually happened. Like she only
Like
died.
you're saying that he's a
The
god, you mean?
reason that he ascended her was because Cass's mom tried to kill her.
Oh.
When Poppy, Cass's mom actually said the reason they ascended her was because they were heartmates and the gods wouldn't allow the trials because they were asleep. So he had no other choice but to do this. Well, that's not true. So did she make
But
up the whole
maybe-
story about these trials?
Maybe
I don't
they
know if-
had tried to do the trials because obviously like they want to be together forever. But maybe the trials weren't to save her life. Maybe the trials were just
They just
like,
wanted to do it to
yes,
tether their
and
lives
then her
together.
life became threatened. He's like, well, fuck, I got no other option.
Yeah. Or like he personally
Hmm.
couldn't I don't think as a god like he couldn't call upon the trials. Like he might need another god because he has to go through the trials, right? Like
Right.
he can't like
He has to be
oversee
part
the
of
trials
them.
and be in the trials.
couldn't
Right.
he
And
have
like maybe the
wakened-
other gods were asleep.
Like Poppy woke the god. Why couldn't he have just done the same thing and gone to Elysium?
Well, the gods were already waking up. Like they were waking up. It wasn't like she went to go awake in them, but they were waking up, and like maybe they weren't gonna wake up for him no matter what. He could have tried to wake them up, and they didn't wake up.
What was your about?
Just furthering my theory that Poppy's brother, aka What's-Her-Face's son, is running the unseen. They said someone had to go to Elysium and get the dirt there. Well, who else could have done that? Someone with god blood, which would have been her other brother.
I think
her
you're
brother.
right.
And that just popped into my head because I was thinking, well, why didn't they just go to Elysium and do the trials and wake Niktos? And I'm like, oh my god, the brother went to Elysium. But
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know, but so go ahead. Actually, go with your notes because I have no idea. Mine may be too far in right now, so someone else say something.
So my next note is like, so she's saying, like, how do you think Malik managed to kill the other deities? Because like the other deities all kind of like died off or whatever hundreds of years ago. Seized power like he did. A deity couldn't have done that, not even one that is descended from Niktos. And there were no deities of that line. There has only ever been 2 sons. And I went, 2 sons. I really thought one was going to be a daughter. So who is the other? Because we're assuming Malik is one. Which we find out later the name of him. But this is like, because Poppy's like, there's no way that he's a god. And she's like, well, how else do you think he could have done what he did? So, yeah. Anyway.
I have my next comment is about Niktos' consort being born in the mortal realm, which is very interesting to me because how did that mortal go to Elysium? Did Niktos, do the same thing? Because Isbeth mentioned that the plan was for her, Malek, and her son to go live their days in Elysium. Like that was the plan. They were all going to come together and go there. So that would mean that Isbeth could live in Elysium, even though she's not a god. She thinks she is. So Niktos' consort must be whatever Isbeth is. Like Niktos must have done the ascension to her, and that's how the consort can now live in Elysium, do we think?
I don't think the consort was mortal.
She says it was. Well, no, sorry.
She said she's
born
in the mortal realm.
Born in the mortal realm.
Like Poppy was. And Poppy's not mortal.
That's a good call. You're right.
I'm trying to find it. I thought I wrote down the exact thing, but I can't seem to find it. Oh, here it was. Okay, so it says Niktos' children were born in the mortal realm, just as his consort was. Poppy jolts, remembering that Niktos had what's said about the primal's powers in the realm beyond Elysium. Only those born within the realm could retain their powers there. So that means that Malek and how do you pronounce the brother's name, Amanda?
I want to say Ios, but it's not. I don't remember.
Ivers?
It was similar to Ios to me. It was similar to that, but it wasn't that.
Okay. So they were both born in the mortal realm. So if they were to go to the mortal realm, which Malek did, they can retain their powers. And obviously Malek did because he like saved both women. And they're saying that like the consort also was born. So I took that as like,
I forgot
she's a god. She was just born there, you know?
That's a good call. And maybe that's how she's saved Poppy a few times.
Yes,
because
she would still retain
right?
her power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So Niktos was obviously not born in a mortal realm. So if he goes, he doesn't have the same power.
Correct.
But his consort and both of his children would, because they were all born there.
Yes.
Which means, in theory, that they were living in the mortal realm when they had their kids. If they were born in mortal realm.
Correct. Which is interesting.
They weren't living in Elysium. Interesting.
I did make a note here that when there was that conversation about the 2 children, like how Niktos only ever had 2 sons, I put, okay, so Niktos' brother must be the other one that's caged right now of the 2 cats, which we kind of get confirmed, right?
Yes, we do.
And I don't know if I think it's Niktos in the cage. I have a theory. This is my one crockpot theory. I forgot about this crockpot theory I have. It's kind of, can I tell you it, even though it's kind of like
go
about
for
the
it.
end?
Go ahead.
So I think I don't know if I think this, but crockpot theory. There's a possibility that Malek is not heart bonded to Isbeth. I wonder if Malek loves Cass's mom and the brother left Elysium because they're twins, heart bonded with Isbeth, but lied and said he was Malek.
Oh.
Cass's mom thinks, oh my gosh, Malek cheated, blah, 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 when in reality the brother did something, caged him, what have you, I don't know what. But like, I think that the person in the cage is Malek, the person that's not is the other brother, and they don't realize it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like he's impersonating Malek.
Yes. Like, I don't think Malek ever did anything bad in this theory. I think the brother came, pretended to be him, heart bonded with someone, didn't know it was gonna happen. This lady thinks, oh my God, this all happened. And I think that there's like a hole, and that's why the brother never came back, is because maybe he either heart bonded and then this lady locked him up, and then Malek, who was just like, I just love, Iluana or Ileana, and now I'm in a cage. Like, what the F? My own brother has done this to me. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, I think that could be a potential thing, and that we're
Do you ever have
all...
confirmation that they are heart bonded though? Like they say they were heart bonds,
I've been
but
her
do we know
saying
that
it.
for sure that they went? We don't know that they actually went through with that.
Nope.
Well,
Just that
don't you
they
just have to
said it.
accept it? Like, your heart bond is just an acceptance thing, though, right? It's not like you have
Yeah.
to go through trials to be heart bonded. I think you needed to
Right.
go through the trials to have your life connected with them from the gods. Because, like, Poppy and Cass are
I
heart
thought the
bonded.
trials were connected to the heart bond somehow,
But
but
Cass
No,
and Poppy
only
are heart
people
bonded.
who are heart bonded can go through the trials. But you don't have to go through the trials in order to lock in your heart bond, because Cass and Poppy did it.
Because
and they're
what the
heart bonded.
trials do is tie your lives together. So now like, once one dies, the other dies.
Yes.
If one lives longer, your mortal life will be extended because you're so in love. Like,
Yeah.
if the gods approve it.
in my head, I think there's still something like with the trials and like
Confirmation
a
of
final
it?
maybe thing with the heart bond. Yeah,
Possible.
like I wonder if to like fully accept
Like,
that
it's a
heart bond, you
seal or
have to go through
something
the
to it?
trials. Yeah.
So jumping back to her having a son, that's my next note. Like, she admits to them that she had a son and she was forced to leave just as the war was beginning, and she wasn't allowed to bring her son because like it would have been too risky. And so she hands the son over to Malek, and the deal was that Malek was gonna sneak out with the son and find them. Obviously he never does because he's entombed, and Alistair apparently deals with the son, which we find out later, but
I was questioning who the son was, but I'm just like going over it again, and oh, never mind. I'm dumb. I was like, she mentions here like he was just like you, Penelope, a blessing. He was the most beautiful, and he had the gift, like in italics, gift. But I'm thinking that's maybe she's just referring to him being a god.
Oh, see, I was thinking of
Because
it
if
her
in
gift
theory,
of...
if
like
yeah,
I was
you're
thinking the
right.
senses and stuff. That's what I was
too,
thinking.
but she has that
I mean
because she's a
that
god,
could be it. Yes.
right? Like, that's just her godliness.
True.
Yes.
So I think that
That's true.
you're right in saying that,
So-
Kristen.
Yeah, he's a god. Anyway, continue on.
I have 2 more notes here before they talk about the sun, but it's just, again, my mind and just thinking stuff, but it's more my vindication here, and I just want to maybe put a check on my theories thing, but I feel like I've had this theory since the very beginning that maybe the evil queen isn't actually the evil queen, and that Cass's parents have been the ones lying all along. Now, obviously, I still think that the evil queen is evil, but I definitely called at one point that they were actually the liars, and that maybe the Atlanteans aren't the ones that created the first... I think I even said, I don't think that maybe the Atlanteans created the first Ascended. Like, maybe it didn't happen, and maybe it wasn't Isbeth. So
Yeah, because we still don't really have confirmation who the
did it.
first Ascended
No,
was.
Yeah.
we don't.
That's true. Good point.
And I also have a note here. Okay, just to make sure I'm understanding, she, meaning the queen, is saying that the Atlanteans started making the Ascended, so maybe they did, and Malek agreed that it was a bad thing, and he was actually fighting against the Ascended, and nobody speaks of that now. So the Atlanteans made the first Ascended.
It says Atlanteans?
Yes. Well, they technically would have to. You need
Oh,
Atlantean
yeah,
blood
right.
to make an
Duh.
Ascended.
Yes, duh.
So in theory, like, she says Malek was actually in agreement that Ascension was bad and he was fighting against that, but nobody says anything of that because obviously the lies that are trying to
And the lie that is circulating is that Isbeth is the first ascended and Malek ascended her.
and they
And she's
continue
saying-
to create
Yes.
an army
And
from that.
she is saying that no, Malek didn't even like Ascension.
Yes, he was fighting against the Ascended.
It's so hard to trust anything she says, but like, damn.
I know.
It really is.
So this is the point where she mentions the other maiden. So she said, "Is that why you made me the maiden? Was there even ever another one?" And she says, "It doesn't matter." She said, pressing her hands together, "You had to be protected, and that's how I kept you safe until it was time." So like she kind of brushes off
Yes,
that
I
question.
felt like
Yeah.
it was not a no.
Yeah.
Also, I had a little theory here that the caged person was Poppy's brother. Before, like when she first mentioned, like, oh, Poppy has a brother, I was like, oh my God, maybe that man was her brother. But like immediately, obviously that was kiboshed. But
And then when she keeps like mentioning her brother, and she points to Ian and goes, "He's my brother. He is my brother." I was like, oh.
I have
What were you gonna say?
I just have a stupid theory here. I said, oh my God, King Valen is her son. I don't know why I said that with such
What?
certainty. But I kind of remember now thinking in my head, what better way to get back at the queen than to marry that son and make him your king? I was like, oh my God, is King Valen her son? And like, he doesn't,
That
King
is
Valen,
so
even know. But
funny.
I said it as if it was fact here. I said,
I
oh my
love
God,
it.
King Valen is her son.
Funny.
Oh man.
That's
Wild.
funny. So Poppy is like, cause the queen is essentially trying to tell Poppy, like, I did everything for you. Like, I made you the maiden to protect you. Like, I put you in this safe space and blah, 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 blah. And like Poppy starts like defending herself. And I was like, so proud of her.
Yep.
But she says, like, what about me? I'm your daughter, and you sent me off to live with a man whose favorite pastime was whipping me and humiliating me. Her chin lifted on a sharp inhale. I didn't know about that, or I would have flayed the skin from his body and left him alive to be eaten by buzzards had I known. Poppy shouts, that doesn't matter. Tears clouding her eyes because of all of this. It was so messed up. So wrong. You can't blame Ileana or Valen or Atlantia for any of this. This was you, all of you. You became this. And
She really did.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that if the queen would not have been okay with that stuff happening to her, and the Duchess was also receiving these treatments, don't you think that the Duchess would have known, like, hey, the queen wouldn't be cool with this? I'm also getting abused. Like, I could bring this up to the queen. Like, or did they not know that this was, I guess not. They wouldn't have known that that was her daughter?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
They
just
didn't
kind of
know it was her daughter. Like, I don't
that-
think anyone knew
No.
that Poppy was actually Isbeth's
Except
daughter.
Poppy's like adoptive mother.
But the,
She knew.
Yes.
the Duchess did say, oh, she's your grandmother. And that was just like
I
totally
figured she found that out later.
after
like, I think,
this. Got you.
yes.
Okay.
Because I don't think she would have known.
Um,
Otherwise, she might have tried to
That's
get
true.
favor with the queen by
Yes.
saying, "Hey, your duke is abusing us both."
I gotcha. That makes sense. So this doesn't rationalize anything that the bad queen has done, but if you do think about what happened and how they killed her son, if the person that did that to your child and then you get a hold of their child, like, I can see why she did what she did to Cass. It is definitely not okay, but in her vengeance, she was literally like, I have what you took from me. And like, it's in a weird
you to
way.
feel the
it's,
same pain.
Yes. Do you know what I mean? It's the worst thing
Mhm.
that could have happened was for her son to get into her hands. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was like, I've got a silver platter in front of me now. Like, you gave me exactly what you took away from me. And like, I see why she did what she did to Cass. Like, do not condone it at all. But it just was like, wow. Like, I can see how she was like, because I'm thinking, how could someone do such a thing? And it's like, she had reason, not good reason, but still it was like, ooh, this is all making sense now why she went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when she had him in in her control, basically. Yeah.
I can't. Like, I can't. I'm like, I'm still even like. He was innocent in all this. He didn't
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
He wasn't even alive. Like, so you're taking out your vengeance.
Oh, it's terrible.
on the wrong. Like, it's
Terrible.
displaced anger.
Oh, absolutely.
and I was
awful. Awful.
I don't have anything else other than the big thing at the chapter end.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
So you're closing us out, Amanda.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. So I'll read you what my thing and then what I put at the end. But so Isbeth kills Ian, and because Poppy refuses her offer. The queen says, "Poppy, you're making me do this," and then she legit has Ian killed, cutting off his head immediately and right in front of her before anybody has time to even consider what has happened. So like. Is she just like killing Ian as like a collateral damage because she said no? Like it was so strange to me because it's not like I'm going to use him as a way to get you to do what I say. Like you've already killed him. Like what good did that do? You're not going to change her mind now. And it was in a way that
Do you want to hear my crockpot
Yes,
theory?
because I think it may be similar. Like I feel like she didn't have a choice for some reason. Do you feel that way?
No. Do you want to hear my theory?
Yes.
I'm sad about it. Okay, so I guess, okay, hold on. Maybe it won't work though because he's not the third born. I was going to say she now has Cass held captive and Poppy is unconscious, so she doesn't see what happens with the body. What if they turn him into a revenant? Like what if they ascend him? But he's already been ascended once.
Ascend Cass, you're saying?
No,
Ian.
But Ian's not the third born, and you have to be a third born in order to ascend.
Do we know he's not the third born, though?
I mean, apparently we don't know shit.
Oh, wait, are you saying that
Because
Ian...
I also wondered if Ian was a revenant. I'm like, it makes
but
sense
his eyes
if he
are
could be
black.
turned in. It could, like, do we know what color the girl's eyes were?
Yeah, they were blue or something, I thought, or wispy or something.
See, the only hitch to that is, like, Poppy doesn't sense anything from Ian. He smells of the stale lilacs. Like, when she first sees him, it is very clear he's ascended. But we don't know that regular ascended cannot then be turned into revenants, but that would require him to be a third born, and I don't know if that is possible.
We don't know.
My initial thought was like, okay, well, now they have Cass held captive. Poppy was taken away unconscious because, like, the queen literally tried to strangle her to death. So we don't know what happens with Ian's body. It is presumably left there.
Interesting.
And now she has both pieces of the puzzle. I'm like, oh, she's going to turn him into a revenant to use against her. But I don't know if it's possible if he's not a third born.
I wondered if he was, forgetting about, like, the smell, because, like, that would be, like, the ultimate form of torture. She knows she has Poppy's brother, and she could literally just kill him again and again and again and again and again
just
in
to
front of
torture
Poppy.
her.
Just to torture.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just seems so strange to me in the way that the queen freaked out and was like, "You made me do this." Like, for a second, I thought, like, was she some, like, cursed in some way that if this wasn't agreed to, like, something was forcing her? Like, it was so weird to me the way it went down.
I think she's just spent her whole life lying. She just doesn't know the truth anymore.
It's just so
Or
crazy.
she's even just like it's just, she's like, I need to show you that I'm serious. You're not going to take my terms. Fine. There goes your brother. You're going to accept this. You're not going to accept this down the road. There goes your husband. Like, it's like
it was just
psychological again.
like the audiobook made it seem like she was like shrill screaming, like, "You made me do this." Like the queen was so upset that she did what she did.
She is a little crazy.
But clearly, like, this
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, as you say.
Yes.
Oh, this scene, again, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, what just happened? Like, it happened so fast.
Yes. And the lead up to meeting Ian, like, he was mentioned so many times. I was there's so much going to come out of this.
Yes.
And I feel like we got him for a couple of chapters.
Yes.
So that's what made me think maybe he's being turned into a revenant. But
yeah.
Anywho, chapter 47, Kristen.
All right. So the chapter starts as Poppy's taking in the scene with Queen Isbeth having just, I even put, assumably killing her brother Ian.
That is so funny.
A move that leaves Poppy absolutely stunned, but seemingly leaves Malik and the handmaiden shocked as well. They weren't expecting that. Because it says even, like, the second sentence is like, neither did the way I saw the handmaiden lift her hand, her lips parted of a shocked gasp, or how Prince Malik jerked back a step, the smug impassively slipping from his handsome face as the wall of emotions cracked down just enough to feel the pulse of disbelief.
Because they're all together in on a secret against the queen, but we have to pretend we're not. I just
Yeah,
put
I
I
don't
am
like it.
devastated. My first note. I was like,
I'm devastated.
oh, it was terrible. Like I'm like reliving the moment that it happened, and I was just so shook. Like it was so unexpected.
I know.
So bad. Oh, and the queen says, I loved him as if he was my own flesh and blood. Like she kept putting it on Poppy, like this is your fault. And it just seems so strange to me.
I know.
Like I felt
She's
like there's
look what you made me do.
yes. I'm like,
And in
I
my
think
head, I'm
she's
like,
doing
look
anything.
what you made me do. Look what you
like
made me do.
it's to me.
Sorry.
But it's like, why isn't she like, this is what happens when you don't listen to me, Poppy? Like it wasn't like she was confident in her, you don't agree with the queen and you give me what you want, here's my wrath. It was like,
I think
oh my
she's so
God,
used
I'm
to
so
like
sorry. And it's like, what?
I think she's just so used to emotionally tormenting Polly,
Yeah.
Poppy,
whatever.
that it was like second nature, you know?
I also like
Maybe.
it could also like she's a little batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And like it could be her own, like she lost her son, like all this shit happened to her, and I think she's lost a part of herself. Like
Oh, clearly.
she's like, I loved him, he was like mine, and like so, but she killed him, but she's like, I can't take on that guilt, like her
So then she's
conscience
making
can't
it
take on that, so she's
Poppy's.
lashing out like, your
Yeah.
fault, you made me do it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because she calms almost instantly
Yeah,
after
she
that.
does.
It says
Like it's literally like wild.
Night
to,
and day.
Yes.
yeah.
So Poppy is obviously very shooken from this. Shooketh,
Yeah.
as you would say.
Shooketh.
And she has like this intense rage and pain building in her. And she like throws out her arms, and this wave of energy pulses out with those like silvery white
Yeah.
things, webs, I guess you'd call them. And like she takes out the royal guards first, shattering their shields and swords, and in the next breath them. Castile unsheathes his swords, they all start battling. That was my next note.
Mine is fuck Lyra
Me
too.
too. I'm like,
I was
Lyra's
really
dead.
sad.
Yeah.
Poor
It was really
Kieran.
sad.
Like he's already lost his love, and like obviously
Yeah.
there's like something between him and Lyra, and like gone.
No more public blowjobs.
Literally, poor Kieran. I could give him that. No joining, but like sure.
No more BJs.
So
No
sad
more
for him.
BJs.
Sad.
No more campfire
Oh.
BJs.
I was just yeah.
Oh,
I would Cap. This is where I started like just getting. I'm like I fucking hate Isbeth. I'm so annoyed. And then Cass gets taken captive, and I'm like, this is so like this is when I really started getting so angry
Me
at like
too.
everyone who lied.
I have a
Fucking
big
dog.
note here. I am so overwhelmed. Like I just had to stop for a second. I'm like this. Like
It
it's
was like
too-
a mind fuck of
It
mind
was
fucks.
so
Yes.
much. And I'm like, now people are done. We got so much information. Do we
Yep.
even take any of this at face value? We don't even know if
Yep.
it's actually true, because every time we hear something and we're like, this is a fact, all of a sudden it's not. So is this
Yeah.
true? All of a sudden these people are dying in front of us. And I'm just like, I can't. Like, this is too.
Yeah.
Physically cannot.
Too.
It's a
I was
lot.
so overwhelmed.
I know.
Like, holy cow.
And then the queen starts like taunting Poppy, and she goes, "That's always been one of your greatest weaknesses, Penelope. You doubt what you see with your own eyes and what you know in your heart. If you had truly believed in what I said, you wouldn't have dared to do such a reckless thing. You would know that we are gods, and you don't fight a god like that." And I love at the end of this book, Poppy
Ugh.
brings that and turns it around on her. She's like, "Tell her thank you for teaching me how to fight like a god." I'm like, boom,
Right?
bitch, yes.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah. And then that's when the queen goes real cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, as Amanda would say, and starts choking her out and is like digging her claws into her neck, and Cass is begging, and it was so
Oh my God.
my heart.
Heartbreaking.
I know. He's
I
like, "Please
know.
stop. Please stop. I'll do anything. You
I
want
can't
Atlantia?
even-
It's yours." And she goes, "You're not the true heir. You cannot give me what I want." And he says, "Well, you can't give it to her if you kill her." And he's like, "You want to control her? You want me? Then take me. I won't fight you. I swear. Just please stop." And I'm like, "No, stop it, Cass."
Like, don't take him. She'd rather die than you be there.
Oh, I
man.
was so sad
I know.
because, like, you know how tormented he is from the first time he was
Yeah.
held captive, and he's literally like, "Please,
Volunteering
like,
that.
please,"
Like,
and
I
it says
will.
like his voice cracks, and I'm like, "Oh, my heart."
I can't imagine listening to that. Too.
That's
Yeah,
what I
what
think.
did it
That
sound
maybe that
like?
was why I was feeling so overwhelmed. It was terrible. Like that. I'm so overwhelmed, and my next note is Poppy wakes up and Tawny's there. Like it was all of that, and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. Like, and it maybe was because I was listening to it because it was intense. Like, oh my God, yeah, it was terrible, terrible. I'm traumatized.
I know. I think we all are a little traumatized. Jennifer!
Why do you do this to us? And then we want more and more.
Yep, we do it to ourselves, essentially.
So we're going to immediately read the next book, but...
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
But we're still going to be grumpy about it.
Yes.
My next note is them waking up and Tawny's there. Two things. Do we know, like, it's assumed it's Shadowstone, but we didn't actually see Tawny get attacked on Paige, right? That happened when she was
Correct.
unconscious? Okay. Because I remember thinking, like, did I miss something?
No, yeah, that was not.
Second, so it is worded. Hold on, where is my note? I'm like scrolling all over because I have points in multiple spots. I have a theory. Okay, so Kieran says, Poppy, there's nothing we could do. Cass handed himself over. We had to leave. Isabeth said that Tawny was a gift, a sign of her goodwill, one that she said she hoped you would return one day. I think, and I said this in the last episode, I think Tawny is a revenant. I still think that. And I think this is more proof of it because if Tawny's not immortal, clearly, because like whatever the hell happened, it's not killing her. I think she's a revenant, which is why the queen let them have her. I'm hoping she's not a bad revenant and is being used to spy on them, but maybe she can't control that.
Oh, I never thought of that. And
the maiden revenant, like later on when they do like the big attack and like she stops her from killing like everyone in the town. She's makes a point to mention that she could use her Shadowstone arrow and kill Poppy immediately. And I'm like, I wonder if the Shadowstone can also be used to kill the Revenants. And they're saying that the Shadowstone was what was used to attack on Poppy, or on Tawny. And like there's like a poison vein thing creeping up her neck. I'm like, I don't know. Is this related?
And they did say that Tawny was ascended. And I was like, why would they lie? Well, if she was ascended, revenants are ascended. They're just, that's what turned in.
Yes.
And maybe, because like I was kind of stuck on.
But doesn't Ian say I thought someone then said she's not ascended and that Duchess lied.
No.
I think I said that. I'm like,
no.
Oh,
it says, the exact quote that Ian says is she is as well cared for as Cass's brother. And what if Cass's brother is also made a revenant?
But he's not the third.
He's not the second, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the first.
Yeah.
But is it third child for both parents?
I would think like that blood combined. So like same mom,
that's
same
like
dad.
a weird,
But it could also not be.
Oh no, never mind. Because I'm thinking Isbeth had a son, but Isbeth is not his mom. Never mind.
But
My mind, it's so much stuff.
The thing with the Revenant, I could see that being a thing.
But I do think Tawny is one.
I
do think
stuck
she is.
on the description of the Revenant we met and how they were talking about like there was that wispy, I think, coloring to her eyes. So I'm like, well, Tawny doesn't have that. Like, Poppy didn't say anything but like Tawny's eyes look different, anything like that. However, that doesn't mean that every Revenant has to have eyes like that. That's the only Revenant we know, and maybe that's just her eyes. Like, so.
And like Poppy described when she first met that handmaiden, she said like she's clearly not ascended because like I can sense her feelings, but she has like a really thick wall of like whatever, like it's not like easily penetrable is what I took from it. And then when she sees Tawny, her first thought is like, oh, she's not ascended, I can sense her. But I think she says something along the lines of it's not very clear. But she just thinks it's like to do with all of the emotions she's feeling in the room. She's like, oh, maybe I'm not reading it properly. But she makes a note to point out that it's not super easy to read Tawny, is how I took it. I can't remember what the wording was. But I was like, interesting. Interesting.
Maybe the Revenant, because I feel like the handmaiden one, it was mentioned multiple times that she had like lifeless eyes in a way. Like they
when she came back to life, not always.
But I
when she was killed and came back to life.
I wonder, though, if whatever it is in her eyes, the wispiness or what have you, is the more times that they've died and come back, that maybe it changed. Because it's like the
Maybe.
magic, 'cause
little
the
bit of you
ether
leaves.
is like
Yes.
doing something to them. So
And maybe that's what she means by her final death. Like maybe eventually after you kill them so many times, they're gone for good. And so
Right.
like they become more lifeless with every kill.
So maybe like Tawny hasn't, as a revenant,
Right.
gone through that enough times yet to
Right.
have that.
Yeah.
I do think I
I
I'm
didn't
not
at all.
quite
Like,
willing to die on the hill, but I'm marching up there.
see, you
know?
said that like previous when they were talking about Revenant, and then once we
Yeah.
saw Tawny, I'm like, oh, wrong. But now I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. No,
Because they
I think
said she
is.
was ascended, and I was
Yeah.
like, why did they lie about that? Maybe
I think
they
she's
didn't.
a revenant. Like because why
Yeah.
would the queen give that? That's so random. Like, oh, here's your friend that you've missed for
right.
so long that I've held captive. You can just have her.
But I'll
like,
kill
no.
your brother. Like what?
no. There's a reason, and I think it's because she's a revenant, and I'm hoping she's not a spy, but she's definitely a revenant.
She very well could be a spy.
Yeah.
I
made a note here, Amanda. I was like, oh, Amanda would be so proud of Poppy. She made note that her imprint was still in check to make sure that Cass was alive.
I'm like, look at your damn hand, lady. Look at your damn hand. Ugh. See, I was still feeling like the queen was under some sort of curse for some reason. Because even here, after Poppy waking up to Tawny, do we think the queen had to kill Ian? Like she was under a curse and had no choice?
That is
Like
so
just by the way she
funny.
reacted, I was so sure that like
I love how sus you were of Cass's mom when she seemed just so sweet. And you're like, this lady that literally kills babies. You're like, but maybe she's good.
maybe she has no choice. Now, I don't think she's good. I don't think she's good. I'll clear that out there. I don't think she's good.
Like...
But I was wondering if there was something that made her do that. Regardless, like she's still evil and terrible, but the way she reacted made it seem like maybe she made like a blood oath to someone somewhere. Maybe Poppy's dad that raised her, that I'm going to do this, but I will keep Ian safe or something. And then breaking some oath. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that
I think
more
she's
than
just
her
a
being
psychopath.
good. But maybe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's just a psychopath.
I hope that's the case. And that's not more crazy shit we need to learn about.
So after this,
Oh.
Poppy, this is when Poppy goes, lets her anger take over, and she's like, I'm gonna become exactly what Alistair had been afraid of, the bringer of life and death. And like the ground starts rumbling, and like thunder and lightning are streaking, and I think she makes a mental note too. She's like, oh, it was me this whole time. It wasn't the gods getting angry.
I have a note about that. I said it's really cool right now how Poppy's coming to the realization that everything has always been her. It almost makes me wonder, when they got married and there was the approval from the gods, this was her unknowingly doing what, like, she made it seem like all the power around me, all of those things, it was always me. It was always my
Doesn't
power.
Nikto
and it
say
was-
Yeah,
though?
Nikto-
I
yes,
did that.
He said, I approved your marriage. I still don't know if that means he's the one that caused like the earth to happen
sun?
personally. Yes. But
The
I
sun
mean,
to
he
go
could
away?
have. But even like there has just been other things like that have happened around her. And I feel like this is Poppy saying like, this has always been my power. Like I've always had this in me. And like, and then she turns cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for a little bit here. And I was
It's gonna be our theme
literally
today.
thinking to myself, Poppy, if she didn't stop herself, which thankfully she did, it would have made her no different than Cass's
Yep.
mom and no
Yeah.
different than the queen. You took the one
Yep.
thing I love, everyone dies now. And it's like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm already
But-
mad that she got that far, but thankfully
No, but
she stopped.
Poppy makes a note she says to the handmaiden too, because the handmaiden's like essentially the same thing that you just said. You're no different
Yes.
than them, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, yeah, but I stopped. They wouldn't have.
Which I
like she even
agree.
recognizes that in herself.
But a part of me is like, you stopped because of what that handmaid said to you. Like, that had to happen. Like, what if the other queens had that something to, like, they didn't have that catalyst maybe to give them that inner monologue? Or maybe they did, and no matter what, they weren't capable of stopping. I was just really disappointed that she had the thoughts to begin with that fuck everyone and I'm killing you all and I don't care. Like,
I think
was
she
just
needed to
sad.
get there though. Like I think
Yeah,
having
I think
those
you're right.
thoughts for her
To then
was
overcome
like
it.
the metaphorical camel, that like the thing that what's the saying?
straw that broke
the
the
camel's
camel's
back.
back.
Yeah, that.
That's true.
I think that had to happen
for her
so
to
that she realized, so
acknowledge
that
it.
she can
Yeah.
say, like, hey, I'm not like they were. This is time
Mhm.
for me to
And she doesn't
course
want to
correct
be.
and change history.
That's true.
Yes.
Like I had
she
these
doesn't want
thoughts
to be.
and I did not act on them. Like I
Right.
was able to.
And I think she's stronger for it too.
I
Like
think
she
so, too.
knows I can go there and
come
I
back
can
from
bring
it.
myself back.
That's a good point.
And she seems to really have a big control on her anger and on her power after this
Mhm.
moment.
That's
I
a
think
good
it was
point
a
too.
growth moment for her, you know.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
So she's approaching the rise because you remember in the last episode they had mentioned like the cracks in the
Yes.
rise, and so she envisions them like crumbling from the inside out, which they do, and that's when the maiden comes out because people are like screaming, or the handmaiden, sorry, and like she's like, stop this, like they're innocent, these people didn't do anything to you, and then Poppy's like tries to use the power on her, and she's like, that doesn't work on me, so like Poppy keeps trying, and then she puts keep trying. A glow of silvery white light shone brightly across her face. In the meantime, do you know what will work on you? This is what we were talking about earlier. Shadow Stone, which is what each of my arrows is tipped with. I put one of them through your head. You may get back up, but it won't be anytime soon. And then I put a note. Do we think the Shadow Stone could work on Revenants? Like maybe it doesn't kill
Yeah.
them, but maybe it incapacitates
Yeah.
them, which is exactly what Tawny is right now. She's
Right.
kind of incapacitated. I'm just saying.
Yep. That's very interesting.
I'm telling you, I'm marching up that hill. I'm not quite ready to die on it, but I'm marching up.
No,
there.
it's so good. It's such a good theory. Such a good theory.
So she reiterates, like, these people are innocent. Like, everyone that you are angry at is no longer here. They've left. Like, what you're doing is no better than those that you're mad at, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then that's when Poppy's like, I realized that I'm not what Alistair and the Unseen claimed. I was nothing like the deities that they feared, and I sure as hell wasn't like my mother. I'm sorry, the handmaiden said, and my gaze snapped back to her as a jagged tremor rocked me. I really am. I knew Ian. I liked him, and he wasn't like a lot of the others. But you need to leave. The Blood Crown has already left here. No one who remains played a role in what happened. And Poppy says, well, except you. And she slightly winces, and then that's when she says, did you have a choice when you were the maiden? So she's like essentially saying, like,
I'm not here. I'm not doing this because I want to. I'm
Yeah.
being
yes,
forced.
like she's
just
kind of being forced to do it.
Yeah.
And she's making note, like, I liked Ian, so like I'm on Ian's
Yes.
side.
Mhm.
Ian was good. I am good. Kind of thing.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, I put here that I'm growing. This Revenant lady is really growing on me. She clearly
Yeah.
isn't happy with things, and she's trapped clearly like Poppy was. And I think she says, and you may get to this, that unless you can bring the fire of the gods.
Yes.
And then I made a note of, didn't Nikto say she had the fire of the gods in her?
Yep.
And then I was like, I really hope this is something, and that Poppy decides to go back to Elysium alone, because obviously I thought at this moment she couldn't bring anybody there long enough because they couldn't live there, but I just felt like she needs to go back to either get answers or
Mhm.
find out more things.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, that fire of the gods, I had made a note on that too, and I was like, I wonder if it had something to do with the Draken, because
That was a good call, because I was not thinking that at all.
And then, or I wondered if it was something to do with Poppy because she's the queen of flesh and fire.
Right? Like,
Yeah, I wrote down the
But-
exact quote. It says, you won't get near him. She lowered her bow, her shoulders settling. Unless you can bring the fire of the gods with you, none of you stands a chance. So she's not saying, like, unless you have the fire of the gods. She's saying, unless you can bring the fire of the gods with you,
Mhm.
which I'm assuming now means the Draken.
and Nikto said, you have the fire of the gods in you. So it was interesting that she says,
Or did
bring
he
the
say
fire.
the power of the fire?
I thought he said you have the fire
I
of the
can't
gods
remember.
in you, but I could be
Maybe.
not remembering that. I'll see if I can.
Born of flesh with the fire of the gods in your blood.
Oh, okay.
In your
Yep, you're
blood.
right, Manda. You're right.
So it was like
That was 41, yeah.
interesting
That is
that
interesting.
she says that, and I was like, well, she has that in her, and I think that does correlate to her being able to summon the Draken, right? Like
Yeah.
like they are that, and
But
she
there
has that
might be
power.
something more to that too. You might be
Yeah.
onto something with that.
Because it says in her blood,
Yeah.
that quote.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she brought that fire stuff to kill the snake shooty things. Like maybe
Snake
that was like a
shooty
small a small hint of what she's capable
The
of.
shadow snakes, I think they were, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what they're called.
So now they're back at the hunting cabin, and they're trying to see if they can save Tawny because she's breathing really shallow and she has like those black veins going up her neck. And Poppy thinks to herself, like, was it Shadowstone that did this to her? And that's when I was like, this cements my theory.
I am unrelated, so go ahead.
No, you go.
I don't know where I started thinking this, but despite my crockpot theory that Malik was working with the Ascended, I'm also playing the other side of the fence. And I'm like, do we think there's a chance that Malik will help free Cass? Like, do we think he's going to work the inside and help free him?
That's what I'm hoping is happening. I didn't think
I'm
it
really
initially, but now
hoping.
I'm starting to think that like Ian, him, this Revenant were all on the inside, and
Yes.
maybe something's there that's
I was really like
clinging on to hope.
hoping, and then I went really angry at Valen and Eloana.
Like
Because
so.
like they literally kept the knowledge for like we went off on this tangent already, but
yes.
like there's something so suspicious about the fact that they're like, yeah, we know all this stuff, but off you go,
Yes.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so mad about it. My next
Still
note is
mad.
how the F is she going to face Cass's mom? Like, did she honestly think that like this was not going to get found out at this point? Like, I just
Yeah.
in
What,
this
like,
walk back,
yeah.
I'm thinking like, how? What is going to happen? Is she just going to murder her? Like, what's going to happen here?
Dead.
Yeah.
My last note I have before chapter ends is one more point to my Tawny theory, so I am definitely reading it.
I love this theory.
Like she's talking to the guards, like Hisa, and she said, "Do you know what could be? Do you think this could be what's causing Tawny's injuries?" Like bringing up her theory of the Shadowstone. And Hisa says, "I don't know. She's a mortal, but I've never seen a mortal wounded by Shadowstone before. A lot of healers in Evamond have some of the older elders may have seen something like this. So she makes a point to say."
So
Yes, she's mortal because that is the quote unquote theory. She's mortal, but she's never seen a mortal wounded by Shadowstone before.
are you thinking
Yeah.
that in the sense of they can't be injured by it? Like, it's kind of like weird. I'm like, this doesn't happen to.
I never heard of that happening
Like
before.
not
That's weird.
not in a like because when I think of Shadowstone, I imagine a blade and she got stabbed. I'm like, well, of course a mortal could get stabbed and hurt, but this is more like the Shadowstone itself
yeah,
is like seeping into her and being like,
yeah,
that doesn't happen. Weird.
yes. Yeah.
Huh.
And it's because she's not mortal. She's
She
a
ain't
revenant.
mortal.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyway, that's all I have before chapter end, Kristen.
We end the chapter with Poppy talking to the remainder of the people who met with the Blood Crown. She realizes now that she is a god, and she understands what Niktos meant when he said he had the power in her. She has the power to summon the Draken. She never needed his permission.
So my note about this is just that I think Kristen for sure, possibly Katie, one of you mentioned that when they left Elysium, said, I think when Nikto says she has the power of whatever, it means that she has the power to summon the Draken and that she's going to come back and get it. I don't know
That was my
who
note too.
said
I
it,
put in capitals,
but
guys.
someone
We so called
that.
this.
Like, I definitely didn't, but someone called that, and I was
I
just
can't
like,
remember who
call
it
out
was
here.
either.
I
It
don't remember.
wasn't me,
But I said the same thing. I'm like, guys, we so called
yeah,
it.
someone called this, and good on you. It was not me.
Yeah, my one note was the dragons are coming, but also
The dragons
she
are
does
coming.
in this realize she's like, I am a god, but going back to like Cass had so much foreshadowing. Remember, he's like princess, and then
Yes.
he actually said, but you're a goddess to me. And
Yes.
Oh, good call.
that was like
He knew.
foreshadowing back
Him
then.
knew.
It was like
Subconsciously, him knew.
because he called her princess, then she became
A princess.
a princess and a queen, and I think
Yes.
after that is when he started calling her goddess.
I don't
And
know
then
if he ever
he-
called her queen. He went straight from princess to goddess.
Yeah, the goddess
yeah, it's
happened when
like-
she brought the girl back from the dead, remember?
Yes.
Oh
But
yeah,
he never called her queen. Yeah.
That's
No.
true. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. That
Because
was
he's like,
why.
you're more than that to me.
And to the world.
Okay,
To the
chapter
world.
48. Okay, so chapter starts. Poppy is on her way to meet Cass's mom to talk to her about what she found out. She can sense everyone's anxiousness around her and she is amazed at how calm she is herself and how ready she is for this conversation.
I
My
was too.
first
It's
note
like Poppy. Why you calm?
Right?
All capitals. I'm like, Poppy, please go off on Iluana and Valen. This is
Literally.
like, I'm like, please
Don't be calm.
go.
Go Queen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just copied and pasted this because I was like, you cannot summarize this. This is just magic. So she rocks into the room and she says, you knew. And I stared at his mother. You knew what she was and what she wasn't. The blood drains rapidly from Iluana's face as she jerked back. Penelope, and then Grigori, the stupid dum-dum,
Mm-hmm.
butts in and he goes, where's the king? He demands. And the Wolven let out a low rumble of warning. Words fell from my lips like poison-dipped daggers. Where is the king, your majesty? I corrected softly, and I was like, yes! And he stiffens and goes, where's the king, your majesty? And she can sense like irritation or whatever on his tongue. And I was just like, I am so proud of her because like before she would have just like, but she was like, I ain't having this shit. I ain't having this shit. I ain't having this shit.
Yep. Bow down to me now.
Right? And she's like, realizes to herself, she's like, I'm not the maiden. I'm not a princess or even a queen. I'm a god. And I am so over this.
Yeah.
She like straight up calls him out, like, you don't like me, do you? And I'm just like,
And I
yes.
don't give a shit.
It
Surprise.
was so good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And then she says, you know what? I don't really give a damn if you don't like me. In the entirety of 2 kingdoms, I couldn't give a fuck. If you or any of the member of council likes me, it does not change that I am your queen, and your tone and your manner in which you address me is highly inappropriate. Not just because I'm a queen, but because I am the grandchild of Nyktos, and I speak to you with, and you dare to speak to a god with such disrespect. And I'm like, like it was so
She
good.
had so many mic drop moments in
so
this chapter.
many.
So
It
good.
was so good.
So good.
Yeah, and so she tells everyone to leave, and they don't want to leave. And she looks at Iluana as like, I don't think you want them to hear what I'm about to say to you.
And it was
so
like
she tells
the
them to
way
leave.
Poppy was almost forcing her to acknowledge
Yep.
the truth there. And
Yep.
being like, you're going to say it first. And she's like, yeah, everyone leave. She's like, bitch, told you.
Yep,
Like,
exactly. So like Poppy essentially says like, it's your fault that all of this happened. Like
Mhm.
you didn't let us know all of the information when we went in. And now like Cass is captured. We met your other son. He's a traitor, just so you know. Like,
yeah.
and,
BT dubs.
yeah, by the way, you know. And the queen like starts crying and she goes, it's all my fault. And she goes, no shit.
I
was just like,
love that.
me too.
Like, it was
So
almost
funny.
like she was like hoping for like, no, it's okay. Like, you know,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
this is all you. Like,
Good
this didn't even
job,
start with
Einstein.
Isbeth. This started with you.
Yep.
I was so angry. I'm like, I kept going back, like, what is Cass's mom thinking? Like, what was she thinking? They're just gonna go and Isbeth's gonna be like, oh, hi,
Yeah.
that's fine. I haven't
Same.
forgotten about any of this.
Same.
Literally.
Cannot make any sense of it.
I like wrote my note when we already went over it, but like I swore so many times and I don't typically swear. Even when I'm writing, I'm like, I can backspace that, but I'm like, no, I'm
This
keeping it.
is here because this is
Oh, I'm mad I
intense.
was.
I
Fuck
did
you.
find it very sus that King Valen was not here at this moment. Like,
Well, he doesn't know, right? Like he doesn't
No.
know about the kid and
he,
anything.
and
Like,
but we didn't know that at this moment. But
didn't
no,
know
he
that,
doesn't
yeah.
know. But
Oh,
I
right.
thought it was
Yes.
strange that they come back, and I feel like obviously the queen must have known they were back. It was almost like as if she was waiting for them, or it was just, I'm like, where's King Valen? That's weird. Does she know that they're gonna come and address this, and she almost made a point to not have him there? Or I don't know. I was like, I felt really uneasy about. And then I thought, because I put here, I hope that she asks about what happened to her like brother. This is
Yeah.
where my like, oh my god, is that her brother still? This King Valen guy? Like, is that why he's not here? But I don't think that anymore. But I did, but I knew the queen was sus AF.
I know you were so right. I was the whole time. I'm like, oh,
You're like, I'm gonna
man.
have to hear this.
I'm eating shit tonight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because
that's
she
funny.
essentially says like, yeah, it's my ego. Like I couldn't stomach the
Yeah.
fact that the woman he chose is also the same one that took my children away from me and blah blah blah.
She literally says that Isbeth tore my family apart.
Yep.
I'm like,
And kingdom.
what? The
Yeah.
first thing you did was tear her family apart and have her son killed. And you're like,
Yep.
oh, my son. They're alive still, at least. Like, are you kidding
Yep.
me?
Yeah.
Cry me a
Yep.
river. I can't believe how, like, Poppy... It just seems like she's like, all right, forgiven. Like, I don't know. She's too cool with it. Don't like
And
it.
Poppy's like, what about their son? What did you do with Isbeth and Malik's son? Did you have him killed? Was it Alistair who carried it out? And she looks up at the ceiling and says, Alistair did. He knew of the child before even I did. Valen still doesn't know about the child at all.
Wild.
Yeah. All kinds of fucked up.
And she didn't know Malik was a god too. I think she
that was
says
literally
here,
my
right?
next note. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Isbeth like says,
I know their
Poppy
names.
says like even Isbeth knew, like he confided in Isbeth that he's not a deity, he's a god. And she's like, that shouldn't still sting, but it does. Like
And
she's like,
I think here that could fall in line with my theory of it. Malek isn't Malek. Like, I think Malek is still in love with her and gone somewhere. And this guy twin came down and met Isbeth pretending to be Malek, says I'm a god, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think Malek came down and was like, I don't want to live like a god. I just want to like live my life. I love this lady. I'm not going to tell her I'm a god. I'm just going to be like a deity, whatever. So like maybe that hurt she feels of not knowing because it wasn't him and it's an imposter and nobody knows yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
It's a twin
It's definitely
switcheroo.
possible.
The good old twin switcheroo-y, you know?
So do you think that the twin obviously knows? So like,
I think
if it's
both
not the
twins
twin,
know.
that's
I think everyone else is being lied to.
like even Malik knows that there was a twin switcheroo.
Yeah, because Malik is one of the twins. I think Malik is in the
But
cage.
like he didn't orchestrate it.
No,
you mean he didn't?
I think
okay, I
his
thought you meant he
twin came,
orchestrated it.
And I
Yeah.
think that whatever happened. And Malek, that isn't Malek, but the Malek that betrayed, got locked up in all of this. Like, I think she found Malek, the real one, but she thought, oh, you're the guy that, you know, betrayed me. She locked him up, and now, I don't know, he's in the cage or something. I don't know. I think that there was a twin switcheroo, maybe.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't know
They're
if I
twins,
think that. I think there's potential for that theory. That's what I should say.
I don't think I ever thought of that because I'm like, there's different types of twins. They could look nothing like each other.
No, I was just like, oh, once they said they were brothers and that one
It's
was down,
fantasy, Kristen.
and they don't know why he hasn't come back.
I mean, no, it's entirely possible. You have identical twins, but I don't think in my head I never
just
thought,
never-
oh, they're identical.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
thinking,
did.
oh, they're twins, but they don't
I
have to
envisioned
look
them
alike.
as identical. I didn't even think like fraternal or anything like that, but I didn't go to quite to the extent that Amanda did. I'm somewhere in the middle of you two.
The twin switcheroo.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Because I think
mean, it'd be
almost in my
cool.
head, sometimes I thought about like dark and light, like there's a, you know,
like good and evil type
But-
deal. Like,
yeah. I never once thought they're identical. I did too much research about twins, so like that's not
that's
where
a
my head
good
went.
call, right? That's funny.
That's just a me thing.
So the queen's having her little, or not the queen anymore, sorry. Iluana is having her little pity party, and she's like, well, she's won. Like, there's nothing we can do. She's won. And Poppy's like, no, she hasn't. Like I'm going to take this down or whatever. She's like, I don't see how she hasn't won. And then Poppy says, because I'm not you. And I'm like, oh!
Mic drop.
Oh.
And then she says, I've been used my entire life one way or another, and I will not be used again. I know what I am now. I know what it means, and that I've had this power in me this whole time. My brother's death was not in vain, and neither was Lyra's. I understand now. I was like, oh, yes, go. So she tells what's her face?
I don't know how to say. Oh,
or Nail.
Lisa.
I don't
Oh,
know. She
Heisa.
tells one of them, hey, go tell them to meet me in Oak Amber by the end of the week. We got some shit to discuss. And then the chapter ends. Do you guys have anything before I go into that?
I don't know what the chapter ends is. I don't know. So
I
you
just
say
have
it
the
and-
War of Two Queens is coming up.
Okay. So chapter ends. I'm going to Elysium. Once I return, I will send the Blood Queen the kind of message that only Castile would be proud of. She says, knowing what my son would be proud of, I can only imagine what kind of message that will be. I felt my lips curve up into a tight, savage smile. Then I'm going to finish what you started centuries ago. I will return these lands to Atlantia, and I will return with a king at my side. Her golden eyes locked with mine, and if you fail, I won't. Boom.
Dun, dun,
I just
dun.
love her coming into her power. I
Yes,
love
and the confidence
this power
is
arc.
there. Yeah.
Same.
Yes, so good.
Totally agree. Chapter 49. After Poppy's decided to go to Elysium, she is getting ready to go with Kieran, and before that, she checks on Tawny, and she summons Willa to get one of the eldest healers to try to help heal her. So, yeah, my first note here is just that I'm having a hard time with how kind Poppy is being to Cass's mom when she's the
Yeah, because
reason
she's like,
that all of this has
Yeah.
happened.
yes. And because she's like, oh, like, I need you to take care of my friend for me. Like, she's my first friend, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, no problem,
Yes, I'm
dear.
like,
Like,
what
be safe.
the F?
Like, this whole argument you just had was what happened to this argument.
And it wasn't even that good of an argument. Like, I'm trying to think of, oh my God, like she should have treated her the same way she treated her mom.
I mean, she did have a lot of mic drop moments at her. I
She
was proud of her for
did,
that.
but she didn't try to kill her. And she sure as hell tried to do that to her mom, who also, Cass is in the position he's in because of Cass's mom.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's true.
And you didn't try to kill her.
You tell no lies.
Mm.
My
I
next
was
note is when they're in.
wondering-
Oh, sorry, you go, Kristen.
I was just because they're talking about Tawny, and I'm like, this is when I started. I'm like, okay, what do we think's happening to Tawny? Like, I was wondering if it was a slow death, but I was wondering if something's poisoning her. We kind of mentioned this, but maybe to turn her into something. Like, is the bloodstone going to turn her into something? Because we don't know what bloodstone daggers or swords are made of, and that's like, I'm like, we talked about bloodstone. I'm like, am I right? But if they do say like a bloodstone sword, or like.
For her
They say
dagger.
it that way. Yeah, a bloodstone dagger. We don't know what
Like
that's
that
made
wolf
of.
bone dagger has bloodstone
Yes.
on it.
Yeah.
That's true. We
So,
don't know what it's made of.
We
I
don't know what
think.
it's made of. And I'm really
Interesting. Yeah,
wondering
it's funny.
now.
It's kind of just been a term given to us, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, we
moving
just
on.
accepted it and we didn't question.
Yeah.
We're like, all
Like
right.
same with Shadowstone. Like
Yeah.
really? What the fuck is that?
We're just like,
Like I'm
okay.
picturing like obsidian,
Me
but
too.
like
Me
Yeah.
too.
oh,
Just the
interesting.
darkest dark of stones.
Yeah,
I
that's
started
a very
off,
good
like,
point.
Wondering about that.
It's funny
It's
how you
fine.
just take something that you don't know and you just accept it as a fact
like,
and move on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what this thing
Yep.
is that I never heard of. Moving on.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take us on a side quest. It's the same thing with like kids. Like, Meda, have the kids ever asked you like, what does the word whatever mean? And it's something that you use all of the time, but
you
to sit
can't-
there and try and explain it to
Oh
them,
yeah. Yes.
it's like I'm trying to think of an example, but like it happened to me the one day. Greya was like, "Well, what does like this mean?" And it was like a word that you would use in everyday conversation, but to sit there and
Oh,
try and explain to her.
Yes. Jensen asked me because I said something to him. I was like, I'm just being sarcastic. And he's like, what's sarcastic?
Yes, perfect
And I
example.
was like, it's when you say something that you don't mean on purpose, but you mean it, but you don't mean it. I was just like, I don't know how to
like,
explain.
how do you explain it to a child?
But
so
we
they
all just
understand?
know what it means
Yes,
without being
it's
told
kind of
what
the
it
same thing.
means.
Like, oh, it's a bloodstone. Okay, cool. It's bloodstone. It's red. I don't know. Like,
And I'm going to start using it now in a sentence.
yeah,
And it's going to make sense.
Yeah.
make sense to me.
My
Oh.
nibblings do that to me too. They're like, I'll say something later, like, what's that mean? I'm like, what?
Like, I
it's,
promise I know, but I can't
yeah.
tell you for
I
some
can
reason.
use it in a sentence.
Just like wonton or whatever that is. that we went
Wonton.
off- Wonton.
Wonton soup.
Okay, so my next note is when they're actually in Elysium. Do you guys have anything before then?
Oh, I do. Do you, Kristen?
No.
Okay, go, Amanda.
I put, yay, Kieran's mom had the baby. And I find it very
Oh, yes.
anticlimactic.
Oh, yes.
Anticlimactic. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of thought that there was going to be a bigger deal, and it was just kind of
Yeah.
said in passing, like, oh, Kieran and Benedetto were visiting their new sister, and now Kieran's here or whatever. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, yay. Like, what do you mean that just happened and we're moving on with life?
And like we don't
Um,
find out her name or anything
no,
like that either.
no.
That's a good point.
But I also put that I loved that Kieran would not let her go alone to Elysium because I
I
think that was her
know.
plan. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really nice of him. And do we think that because of the bond that Niktos like allowed them to have with her, that they could like that Kieran could stay in Elysium for a longer duration? Like, do you remember when they were initially there and Nikto says like, if you don't leave soon, your friends like will
Yeah,
die
yeah.
or whatever, or they'll never be able to leave or something like that? Do you think Kieran would be an exception to that because of
Because he was the
bond
one that
and-
gave the wolven their thing. I don't
Because
Oh,
at
that's
first
a
I
good
was
question.
like, oh, now maybe she can't stay.
I mean,
very
he
long.
made it sound
he was there
like-
last time.
Yeah, they
but,
made it
like-
sound like he also was at risk, but
Yeah, I know, but
I
that's
don't
why I was
know.
just like, but maybe, like, I was just worried she was going to try to get information and again be like strapped for time, which was really
Yeah.
irrelevant in this situation.
Right.
But then I wrote, could Poppy ascend Cass, and would that make him what Isbeth is? So we don't have to have a joining,
oh,
because that's in theory.
I guess in
Isbeth
theory.
was Atlantean, and a
Yeah.
god ascended her, and now she's what
was
she
Isbeth
is.
Atlantean? I thought she was mortal.
I kind of
Oh,
thought she
I
was
don't know.
mortal too.
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know why I assumed she was Atlantea. Maybe because she was just living in Atlantea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. But anyways, I
because
thought
think she
mortals
was
maybe...
mortals
mortal.
also live in Atlantia too, though.
That's true.
I
just
thought
suddenly...
she was mortal, but I don't know if that was just me assuming. I'm not sure.
You saying that now,
I
I,
don't
thought
remember.
that she
I
also
thought
is
it was
mortal.
said she was mortal.
But I had a little sliver of hope that maybe no joining is needed, and she could just ascend him and extend his life.
I mean, that would be
somehow.
nice, but
She's
the fact
god
that
of
it's mentioned,
life and death, though. So
yeah, can't she just be like, "Boom, life, bitch"?
Boom. Yeah,
Yeah.
the second you die,
Boom,
no, you don't.
shakalaka.
You're alive.
Yeah.
boom shakalaka.
Oh, that's good. But that's all I got. Now we're in Elysium, so.
Okay, so they're in Elysium. She wakes the Draken and like is essentially like, yeah, I know how to ask you to do what I need.
Did we
and
know that Drakens had mortal
No,
forms?
I was surprised
also?
that he was
Yeah,
a
we
person.
did. we
We
did.
did?
Yes, they were described as a shifter, as a
Oh, I totally
not
forgot.
breed. That's not the
I
word I'm looking
forgot.
for.
Like a changeling?
As
Is that
a
what you're...
Species.
species. Thank you. That's
Oh.
the word. A changeling, like similar to a changeling species, they could shift forms. It
Yeah.
did say that.
Because when she got there, he
I-
was just standing there, right? And I was like,
Yes.
huh?
Just standing there. I'm like, yeah. I was like, did we know? Did we know?
Me
this?
too. I was like,
It was mentioned like very early on when we got the big species dump. Like
I
Okay,
think so.
that's-
Yeah. I think I know when it's mentioned because I remember being like the Draken were in a throwaway comment. They're coming back.
I remember you
Yeah.
saying that. Yes.
Yeah.
I was right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh, he's a person. Cool.
So I
Yeah.
just wrote what he says to her. I just copied the quote because it was kind of cool.
Yep.
But he says, "Before you speak, you must be sure, for these words cannot be rescinded. Once you summon the flesh and fire of the gods to protect or serve you, to keep you safe, they will cast fire and carved in. They will be cast in fire and carved in flesh." And then she says, like, "I'm sure." Did you want to say something there, Kristen?
I was wondering at this point. I wonder if this is a test from the Draken.
Oh,
Like,
like
she
if
has
she
to
can
say the
answer
right
it properly?
And then they'll
Oh.
agree.
And that's when they'll be like, "Yeah, we'll come with you."
Good call.
We'll
Yeah,
help.
because he's like, "What makes you so sure?" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're probably
Yes.
right. Yeah, okay. And then I'm like
Sorry, I
processing.
threw you.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just processing what you said. You're probably right.
Mhm.
She says, "The Blood Crown took what is mine. They took everything from me, and they will continue taking everything." And Kristen, he says, "And?" Like, it's like, you're not quite there yet.
Keep it going.
Yeah. The Draken says, "You seek to use us to take everything from the Blood Crown, then, to destroy them, the cities and that they protect themselves in, and those that stand between you and them." And then she says, "I seek the aid of the Draken to fight the Revenants and the Ascended, to fight beside Atlantia. I do not seek to destroy the cities or kill those caught between them and me. For the most part, the people of Solis are innocent." So, and he's like, "Well, you know, if we're gonna go attack everyone, like, there's
Yeah.
probably gonna be cities destroyed." And
Yeah.
she's like,
Exactly.
"You ask me if that's what I want. That's not what I
Yes.
want. I do accept that could happen.
Yes.
There's a difference."
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Which
I
is
think
cool.
that was I think that was like the key moment maybe for the Drake, and that was in
Yeah,
my
I
head.
feel the same
Like
way.
that was like way that she said that. They're like, "Okay, you passed that test. We
Yeah.
will aid
like
you."
they
Check mark.
realized that what her intention and her understanding were both
Yes.
like
Yes.
in the right
like,
place.
I don't want this to happen, but I accept that it could.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then he says, then the plan is to take what is owed to you, to wear the weight of 2 crowns. And Poppy says yes. His head bows slightly, and you will help bring back what was ours to protect. What will allow the consort to wake. And then she said, "What is it that I need to help bring
More
back?" And then she
information right
says,
now, right?
"Your father." And I'm like, "Malik?" And she goes, "Malik?" I was thinking the same thing. And then he says, "Nope, Malik was lost to us long before any of us even realized." And then he says, Malik is not your father. The blood that courses through yours is that of Iris.
this is why
I-R-E-S.
this is why my twin theory, because she thinks she married Malik and had a baby and it was Poppy. He's saying Malik's not your dad. That's why I think
like Isbeth is saying, like, yes.
Yes.
Does she ever say Malik is her dad, though?
I thought, yes, she said we had a son and then we had you. I don't know now. But that's why this twin theory happened to me, is because they say here that Malik isn't.
Malik has been entombed before Poppy
Yeah.
was born, and she doesn't know where Malik is entombed. So how could
No.
See,
she
I
knowingly-
never thought that she didn't know where Malik was entombed. Like, until you guys were talking to me today, I thought she had Malik.
like she saved him?
Yes. And I only thought that because Cass's mom said that they had him. In all fairness, like, that's what had that thought in my head. And she never, but then she did talk to him in past tense. Like, we were just kind of talking about it. So I was like, okay, like maybe she doesn't know where he is. But then that means either there's a twin switcheroo, or she knowingly has Malik's brother and is keeping him captive on purpose.
Which is
And
what
that's
they
why
think.
he can't
Yeah.
come back.
I wondered if the twin was the person in the cage. So I
It
think
is.
she knows she has
Yeah.
the twin.
It is. It's,
And I think
it's
she-
confirmed.
I mean, I wonder if it's like she got the twin to try and get Malik out, maybe before she knew Malik was entombed,
Oh,
and she was keeping him hostage, just like she did with Cass.
that would make
And
sense.
she could have just made him have a baby with her.
But it's not confirmed that he's the one in the cage. It could be Malik in the cage. She just said, oh, I saw your son in the cage. But, like, it could be either of the twins in theory.
I think I'm assuming it's her dad in the cage. That's my theory, is that it's her dad. And that's maybe why when she touched him, there was something like he'd shifted.
Okay, look at, so I wrote this down. I copied and pasted this. So this is from the book. Shock rolled through me as I stared at the Draken's back. Isbeth ... She hadn't confirmed that Malik was my father. And she had spoken of Malik in the past tense, as if she believed that he was gone. Oh my gods, Isbeth doesn't know where Malik is. And then she says out loud, Iris was lured from, the Draken says, Iris, I don't know how to say his name, was lured from Elysium some time ago, Nectus says, drawn into the realm with my daughter while we slept. We have not been able to look for Iris, not without being summoned, and he has not called for us, but we know where he lives. So she straight up
We know
says,
he lives, not where he lives.
Sorry, he lives. Sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right. Sorry. I'm like skipping
We don't
out.
know where.
But she said she hadn't confirmed that Malik was my father. She
Meaning
doesn't
she
know where
didn't-
Malik was.
Well, she doesn't know for sure where Malik was, but she's saying she didn't confirm that, meaning it's possible she doesn't know where Malik was. Because she also didn't confirm, I don't know where Malik is.
She said, oh my God, Isbeth doesn't know where Malik is.
I think
Yeah.
it's a realization, though. Is that, I mean, I guess it could be a fact.
It's her assumption,
yes,
I guess.
Yes,
Yes.
it is
I
an
think it's
assumption.
fact for Poppy.
Yeah.
Yes. So then I put, oh my God, it's the cat, isn't it? And then my next
Yeah,
one, oh my
same.
God, you were right.
Yeah, I put that too. Cats.
Because she like asks the Draken, like, could he shift forms? And he's like, yes.
Yes.
While his father liked to take the form of a wolf, he liked to take the form of a cat. Boom! Shakalaka!
I also
Right.
find it interesting that, yeah, they do actually say here, a large gray cat, much like Malak.
Yep.
So they're both kitty cats.
So funny. Oh, and then,
Sorry. I'm
so
tired.
he says that Iris or whatever the heck and his daughter left and haven't returned. And I said, his
Yeah.
daughter,
Yes.
was she the first maiden?
Ooh.
'Cause
She's a Draken. Can Drakens be ascended?
Why does the maiden have to be ascended? We don't know that the first maiden was ascended.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. I was thinking first ascended in my head when you said that.
No, the
like, 'cause
first
we're like, oh, it's not Isbeth
maiden.
now?
Because she's a
Sorry,
daughter
okay.
that left and was pulled
Yes.
away from Elysium with
Yes.
the twin and never returned. And we know, if we're going to say that Ios is the guy in the cage, they took him. So why wouldn't they have also had her?
Interesting.
Yeah. It's possible.
And then I put her name is Shadis.
Everything
Did he
is
say what her name was?
He did. I did not write it down.
Okay.
I
Unfortunately.
didn't write it down.
I was slacking. So then Poppy says, like, the Blood Queen claims to be a god because Malik ascended her, and that's when he laughs and he says, "A god is born, not created. What she is like the Revenants. They are abomination of all that is godly."
The abominable snowman.
That kind of confirms to what you were saying, Kristen, before. They're an abomination of all that is godly, just in a way that it was like an unnatural creation, not
Yes.
like what was
Yeah.
meant to be just from like the natural being of things.
So then Poppy asks, like, what happens if a primal god is entombed? Like, because like everyone kind of just assumed he would wither away and eventually die. And he says, nope, they would just exist in a place between dying and death, alive but trapped. So like he's still alive. He's still out there somewhere entombed.
Which is in theory exactly whoever's in this cage, that's what's happening. They're just entombed in a similar
Yep.
thing. Just they will never die.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we'll just
Which is why he's so emaciated
Yeah.
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the Draken
Very
says,
sad.
"Are you ready, daughter of Ayers?" I gotta really figure out how to say that. "The son of Nyktos and his consort. A tremble coursed through me. Yes, then speak the words and receive what you have come for."
Before she says them, though, lilac alert.
I
The
know. I
scent
made
of
a note
lilac
for
reached
you.
me. And I also, in my head, and I think it's just maybe it comes with, because she hears the consort speaking right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was also wondering, I'm like, is this a sign that they're on the right path? Like, I almost wonder if the consort's coming in being like, yes. And she gets that scent of lilacs at times.
I just thought of something, you guys, and it's probably super far-fetched. Like, this is high crockpot theory stuff. But
High level crockpot.
oh my God. Okay. So this consort, like Poppy is now realizing, was this goddess that she keeps seeing visions of, like the lady with the silver hair with the tear of blood. Like she's associating this person with the consort, and she's been
Yes.
speaking to her this whole time. When they talk about Tawny, when like they're like, okay, whatever it is that this, I think it's in the next chapter, whatever it is that the healer is doing to her, it seems to be like not curing her,
Slowing
but like seems to be slowing
Yes.
it down. And it mentions that her hair is turning silvery white.
Oh,
It's turning from
interesting.
brown to silvery white.
I just got goosebumps.
So I'm like, is
I
this like the
missed that.
consort like taking over her body? It's high
Ooh.
crockpot level. But I'm like, the silvery hair
Huh.
reference
That's kind of interesting.
seems too on the nose to be
Yeah.
a throwaway.
Is there also a world in which the consort was the first maiden? She was born in the mortal world.
I mean, possible.
And maybe
Anything is possible.
Anything is awesome.
And that would kind of make sense if you think about the visions she's having of what the consort went through. Maybe she
Yeah.
went through similar things and tried to like fight against it all.
Damn.
It is possible.
Oh, there's so many things
Damn.
that could potentially happen.
I know.
Does anybody else have any other notes for this chapter?
No.
Not
I have
at
one
the
like
end.
after summary.
So I have a couple more notes, just that she heard her voice. She said, "I summon the flesh and fire of the gods," repeating her words.
Yeah.
I said, we talked about this. So the Draken can take human form? I guess they, I'm like just cluing into this now. But in summary, Poppy has received the power of the Draken, and they are all awakening, and they are planning to take flight for Solis.
This is gonna sound so wrong, but like at this point, I'm like I'm really excited for the epic battle that I think we're gonna get next
Same.
book,
Yep.
but also worried as hell over who we're gonna lose.
I know.
I
We're
know.
This sounds
losing
really
people.
wrong,
There's
but like the book is gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna cry. We're gonna laugh.
Yep.
We're gonna cry some more.
It's gonna be all the emotions.
So,
Yep.
okay, well, I'll wait. I'll have a question about what you guys think about the next book, but we'll finish the last chapter first. I think.
Okay.
It's...
So as we start chapter 50, our last chapter.
Woo, woo, woo.
So we started back in Evamon with Poppy
It's
and
pronounced
Tawny's.
Evimon. I listened to chapter 50 in the
Evimon.
car because I was driving home from my
Yeah.
mom's, and they said Evimon. I'm like, oh, like the Pokemon. I will remember now.
Oh my
I will.
gosh,
That's how I'm gonna remember it.
Evimon.
Sorry.
So, we started back in
Continue.
Evamon with Poppy and Tawny's chambers telling her to wake up as the Draken are here to help them fight for both crowns, but Tawny has not awakened yet. Something that really worries Poppy.
Yep.
My
And
first
then
note,
she
Tawny's not awake.
She's
So I put a note. Her hair is changing to a dark silver white color, which Poppy says makes her look all the more stunning. It just seems like such.
Yes.
I literally
Such-
was just like a throwaway thing. Like I didn't even.
I did at first.
I didn't
now
even.
that
I
you're
didn't
saying
comment on
that,
it.
I feel
But
like
now
it's
that I'm thinking,
relevant.
I'm like, there's just so like it's like the eyes thing, right? Like she always
Yep.
mentioned the golden eyes, and I'm like, this means something. It just I feel like
Mm.
every time silver hair is mentioned, it's with what we now know as the consort.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
Could-
the connection could possibly be, but I feel like there's something.
Could it be a part of turning into a revenant? Like maybe it's a part of revenancy? Did the revenant
But wouldn't
have
the
silver
other
hair?
handmaiden have had
Yeah,
silver
she
hair?
Did she?
I feel like she would have mentioned it.
I don't
Did
think
she
she
have-
did.
I don't
feel
think
like-
it was mentioned.
Oh.
I don't think it was mentioned. I shouldn't say she didn't. I
feel
don't
like
think
she
it was
did
said.
have silver hair.
Oh,
Maybe not.
maybe.
I feel like the revenant. Not. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm grasping at straws here. I don't know.
I yeah, because the whole like this part of the chapter is very small. So like she did this for a reason. Like
Mm-hmm.
so there's I feel like maybe you're onto something with that.
Yeah,
I-
I don't know what it could be, but I feel like there has to be something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I laughed at myself because I'm like, if they talk about like right after that, they're like colder weather had arrived to much of Solis. I'm like, crockpot theories. Why? There's a reason. I'm like, I had to reel myself, and I'm like, it's just probably the changing of the season.
You're like the weather's changing. That means something. Well, there was.
I was so ready for a crockpot
There
theory.
was-
I'm like, yes.
The consort has
No,
awakened.
no, it's just the seasons.
But so much
Winter
has
is coming.
happened. Like so much has happened that like
yeah.
I feel like we're so
We're just
on
highly
edge.
sus of everything.
Yes, that it's like anything. Nope, it must mean this secret thing, and whatever they say is happening isn't really happening. They want us to believe it's becoming winter, but what if it's actually summer and this means something?
Yes.
Do you see what you're doing to us, Jennifer?
Like I'm constantly looking over my shoulder now.
Literally.
Yes,
everywhere I go.
honestly.
Oh, so this moment, I was
Oh.
so glad I was listening to this chapter specifically because the moment of King Val. Not King Val,
I know what you're
kept
gonna
saying King
say.
Val.
Oh.
When he says, like, when you find my other son, like, please make his death quick, and his voice, like the narrator's voice when she's portraying him, like her voice cracks. She
Oh.
sounds like she's gonna cry.
Yes.
Like I legit started tearing up. I'm like, oh my god! Like it was so powerful. She
It
did it
was.
so well.
It was. I have a bunch
Like,
of crying emojis.
so-
And my-
Same.
my notes, like I
Like
was like,
20.
oh my god.
Like, oh, I was like, and he's like touching her face, and he's like, like I am, like Cass is so lucky to have found you, and like he's so lucky that like you made him yours, and she's like, no, I'm the lucky one, like I'm glad he made me mine, and he's like, we're so lucky that you're our daughter-in-law, and all of this sadness, and I'm like, oh my god.
It made me think of too how they were the ones that was hoping that Cass would marry like what's her face, like Gianna or
Yes.
whatever, and
Yes.
this really needed to happen. And him saying that to me, acknowledge that without acknowledging it, being like, you were the one, and you were always the one that was meant to be
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Like it was
Oh,
so good.
and the narrator did such
Yes.
a good job.
yes,
Like it was
This
so
whole scene just
powerful.
made me feel like so much. I'm like, I feel like so much less suspicious over Valen
me too.
Yeah.
than like Cass's mom, and I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Well,
don't
he has been
normally-
lied to too, if you think about it.
Yes,
Because he doesn't know about the kid. Like that's a pretty big fucking lie. Like, yeah, I
It really
killed
is.
my ex's kid. Like that's a pretty big fucking lie.
Like, does he
Mhm.
even know that she poisoned Isbeth?
Probably not.
I don't think he did. No.
Like, that's crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't tell him.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because she's
Oh.
embarrassed. It's all her
Yes,
pride. Like she
yes,
said,
yeah,
like I was
yeah.
too embarrassed to admit, like
Yep.
that I wasn't the first choice. Like, ugh.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, what is the significance? Do we pass when she put the horse in her pocket? I think she did that right after Tawny.
Nope. So
I'm like, what is
no, that's- I
happening?
think
I'm
it's
lost on
after.
this.
Yeah, I
'Cause
couldn't
I also,
remember
like-
with this horse either.
There's something with, I don't know if we know where it is, but I also commented on like there's something behind this horse. Like it's not a throwaway comment.
So it's
that
not
she
something
keeps.
we've learned
Like,
like
that
in
we
a
should have
couple
known?
books where like
I don't
Cass
think
gave her
so.
this little trinket, and we're like, oh, because I'm like, it seems like she's grabbing this as if we should know what it means, and I'm like, this must have been one of
that's
those
kinda what I
things
thought.
that went over my head, and I'm just this idiot Amanda, like, okay, whatever. But like, I'm like, This means something. Why don't I know what it means?
I thought, like, the way I was reading it, I was like, it was Cass's and she was bringing it, like, for Cass.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't remember ever hearing about a miniature horse toy thing.
I don't remember either. What's funny was what was going through my mind was the the Trojan horse where like they have you heard that story where like they put guards into
Yep.
this horse and then they
Yep.
send the horse. That's all I'm thinking of. I'm like, is this a comment like to throw back to that?
Oh, kind of like subliminally, because they're going into like
Yes.
their territory
Oh,
and
yeah.
under like false.
That's all I could think of.
message.
That's kinda
good.
funny,
There's something
actually.
to this horse, but that's where my
That's
theory
cool.
went that it was.
Very
Huh.
cool.
I'm just trying. I'm like, I don't think we've ever heard of a horse trinket though.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's a throwaway comment.
No, I don't think so either. Because it's mentioned a couple of times in this chapter, actually.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, I'm lost.
Okay, so I'm at the part now where they're in the forest. Do you guys have anything before then?
Yes. She sees the new banners for the first time, and she thinks
Oh,
about
yes.
how like she can't wait for Castile to see them or what he will think
Yeah.
of them. I just thought that was a nice thing to comment on, like that it was
Yeah.
like these are here, and like Cass doesn't get to see them yet, but like he'll like them, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, I think that my next must be in the forest because it's about Kieran and
Yeah.
Draken. So
Yeah, the having the stare down, I thought that was funny.
I just have a note. I hope Kieran falls in love with the Draken. I don't know if that can happen, but I just have
not?
this feeling.
Why
Like I
not?
just don't know if that's like they live in Elysium and like if that can be a thing in that sense. But I just
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I just have this feeling that he's gonna fall for one of them.
That would be cute. I would.
And
that would be
I
fun.
sign up
I'd
for
love that
this.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have little dragon wolf
I'm on board.
babies.
And they can both be humans and shift into their like creatures. Like I just think it would be cool.
Aw,
Yeah, wolf with wings, the puppies.
I love it.
It makes me think of Donkey and Shrek when
Oh
that is literally what I just pictured when you said that.
I love that. It's so
That's
cute.
funny.
Okay, so they approach the edge of the forest and they can see that there's 12 guards, 11 of which are knights and one that Poppy can sense is a revenant. So Poppy's like smiling to herself because she's like, oh, this is all they're gonna send, like, haha. And the revenant says, I don't know why you're smiling. The last time you were here, it didn't end well for you. And she responds with, I hope you're not the one they sent to speak with me, because if so, this night will not end well for you. And then the King Jalara, the Blood King, steps out from behind a knight, telling everyone to stand down.
And was
I really
her
didn't like this
message
dude.
saying she wanted to speak with the queen or just someone of the blood crown? I can't because she wasn't expecting the
It was
king, right?
Yeah. So her message was like, tell everyone I'm going to meet you in Oak Ambler and by the end of the week, and to tell them to send an audience worthy of a queen is
Got
how
you.
she had
Yeah.
said it.
Okay.
And so at first she's like, really, this is all you're going to send? I'm a little insulted.
Yeah.
Like,
I really loved her sass in this.
Yeah.
Like
It's
she was
so
just
good.
Oh
like,
yeah, it was good.
so like,
uh,
her
like,
arc
go
is
off,
just like,
queen.
mwah, chef's kiss.
I know.
Perfection. So Poppy thinks to herself, like, obviously you don't see me as a threat because like this is all that you're sending to guard the literal king
Yeah.
of like the blood crown. So Poppy's like, I'm actually a little offended. Like,
How dare.
so the king says, Maiden, it's been a long time. And Poppy responds with, yes, it has. And a lot has changed, starting with the fact that I am no longer the maiden. And she shows like her imprint, of her wedding imprint to Castile.
I don't have anything until he's dead.
Oh, okay.
I think he says this, the maiden, part beauty and part disaster.
He
He
does.
says that. And I'm
Yes,
like,
fucking jerk.
Go jump off a cliff, guy.
And then he also says, like, the dogs are disgusting. I'm like, this was just so random. Like, why are they catching strays over here, man? Like, they're nothing but dogs and they are disgusting. And
Hi,
Poppy
can you
says they
just
were.
go talk to Poppy and just insult them? That's all you need to do. Just sit there and be
Yeah,
mean and
like-
make fun of their wolves and like, what are you doing, guy?
Nuts.
I wonder if it's just. I think it's probably just like as you guys are talking about this because I didn't make note of it. My head goes to like it's just a ploy like to try and get under her skin so that she doesn't
Yeah.
have the control that she needs.
Yeah,
to
because
make
he
her
even makes
set
a
her off.
comment like, "Oh, I'm surprised you haven't threatened me yet." Like, "Oh, I'm surprised you haven't, like cried." Like I was
Yeah,
expecting
like you can't
something
contain
like
yourself.
this.
You're just an emotional mess
Yeah.
over there. Look at you holding it together. Like
Yeah, and like
Mhm.
Poppy is continuously saying like, like I'm keeping my emotions in check, like I'm
Yeah.
whatever. I made a note here actually. I was like, I want to commend Poppy here because despite her intense anger she is feeling, and her wanting to make them pay, on the outside she is presenting as calm and in control. Like it's like she's finally coming to grips with her power.
And you
So
made this
good.
comment earlier about when I was like, she's freaking out, and I'm like, you're no different than them. Like that needed to happen for this to
Mhm.
even be able to
I
exist.
agree.
Like that's
Yeah.
and this moment showed that very
Yeah.
strongly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So then the king's like, I expected begging from you, whatever. And he's like, after everything Ileana had explained about you, and Poppy interrupts him and goes, just call her by her real name. It's Isbeth. And he says, that's not who she is anymore. And this is when I'm like, oh yeah, she had a heartmate and then married someone else. I'm like, how does that work? Like,
Weird, right?
anyway, I had a little mind.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah, I guess. And then Poppy responds with, what do you think she is? Just Ileana the goddess? And he says, well, what do you think she is? And she says, I know gods cannot be made. She is nothing but a mess of bitterness and destruction. And he says, well, what do you think that makes you? And she says, I'm a god. She knows how, and she says it so calmly and flatly as she knows Castile would have if it was him saying it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Poppy.
Yep.
And the king says, but you still couldn't defeat her. You never will be anything more than the maiden that is part beauty and part disaster. So that's the comment that you had said there, Amanda. The king says, I came all the way out here just to deliver a message. You must be out of your mind. The only message I will deliver is of your submission, Poppy. And Poppy says, oh, I apologize. I misspoke. I meant you are my message. And that's when Kieran jumps out of the shadows and bites him. And then
Did you just make a fist?
Yeah.
Bite some, I'm gonna
Bite some.
punch him.
And then Poppy grabs the sword from her cloak.
My note on this. As I'm reading this, I feel so like I don't know where I was. I was very unemotionally attached or emotionally unattached here because I'm like for a sword to cut through flesh and bone, it has to be a really strong sword.
The literal, like you're like that wouldn't
Yes.
happen.
No, it can because I feel like I saw it on either Mythbusters and I had to actually Google this TV show, but I think it's called Forged in Fire. My dad used to watch it and like they actually make swords and then they test them.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I was like, yeah, that has to be a very strong, like, well-made sword.
You're just
to
like,
cut through all of that.
whoever fashioned that sword, they knew what they were doing. 'cause
That's
it
where
can-
my mind was.
Oh
Yep,
my
it
god,
can
you
really
are
cut through
so
stuff.
funny.
Oh, what a sharp sword!
There's
a sword, not a butter knife.
A sword, not a butter knife.
Anyway,
So then Poppy turns her a lovely magical attention over to the knights, and they all go bye-bye, and their
Bye-bye.
bones start to break and
Bye-bye.
bend as she takes them apart from the inside out.
Oh boy.
All that's left is the Revenant, and he looks at her and says, you know that won't work on me. And she goes, no, you're right. And then the Draken flies out and lands in front. And I think his name is Reaver. He growls and says, and Poppy says, but this will, the fire of the gods, right? And I'm like, oh!
So matter of fact.
Yeah. Reaver hits
Yeah.
the Revenant with his tail and smacks him into a rock. And Poppy walks up to him as he's clutching his chest. And Poppy says, the message I want you to deliver to your queen. This is the message I want you to deliver to your queen. And Delano drops the king's head at his feet. She takes the ruby crown that that was on the desevered head.
Jalaris head.
Desevered? Severed?
Just
Severed
severed.
head.
Just
Severed.
Just
Desevered
severed,
would be like
Just
put back on.
severed.
Yeah. You guys know what I mean. The headless dude there.
The
is-
decapitated head.
Yes. Thank you. That's it. Yep. She says, I want you to deliver that to her. Let her know that I have his crown. It's mine now. I want you to thank her for me for teaching me how to fight like a god. Tell her it was for Ian. I'm like, oh, yes! Yes, Poppy!
drop.
Put her in her place.
Yep. So then she said, now this is the really important part. I need you to make sure she understands that I am coming for her. I will burn every revenant that stands between her and me. I will strike down every ascendant who defends her. I will topple every castle she seeks to hide in. Make sure she understands that her survival hinges on Castile. She will release him or she will see each and every one of her cities leveled. If she touches him again, I will destroy her precious Malik. And I can. I know where to find him. He lives for now. And if she kills Castile, if anyone kills him, I tilted my head, catching the gaze, blah, 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 blah. I will make sure her death is a slow one, and it will take hundreds of years to complete, if not thousands. You understand? And make sure she knows that I am the chosen one.
I'm like, when did we, like, in this moment, I was like, when did she find out where Malik is? Like, Malik is. But didn't the queen say, like, maybe under the Blood Forest? As I'm thinking about it now. But I was so, like, all of a sudden, it felt like she's like, I know where he is. Very confidently. I'm like, when did she find this information out?
Where was I?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Blood Forest is fucking huge, so I still don't think she exactly knows where it is.
But it sounds, she's like, I know where he is. Like, the way she speaks, I'm like, she sounds like she knows exactly where he is. And I'm like, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Maybe
What
her
did I miss?
spidey senses are tingling.
Maybe her godliness.
Or there was a conversation with the dragons.
Yeah.
That we weren't privy to.
True. Possible. So that's it. Chapter end, Kristen.
So, our chapter ends with Poppy giving the Revenant the message. Wow. The Revenant a message to send to the Blood Queen, making it clear that her survival depends on Castile's. She is the Queen of Flesh and Fire, and she tells the Blood Queen to prepare for war. Let's start a riot.
Oh, I love that song.
A riot. All right, so that ends our coverage.
It was such an info dump. It was nuts.
I know.
Crazy.
Like, how did we learn all that in, what was it, 6 chapters? 6 chapters.
I am so glad that we
crazy.
separated these into 6 chapter pieces and that those ones were all together. Because could you imagine had we stopped at any of those points prior? Like, no.
Well,
No.
After our last recording, I literally was like, I need to listen to the next chapter. And then I did. And I was like, oh my God, mistake. Because how do I stop now? Like,
how do I go to sleep?
Oh my God. It was a mistake.
Yeah. Nuts.
What do you guys think that the next book is about, knowing it's called The War of Two Queens? Like,
the war.
Do you think that it's like,
it's going to be her getting cast back? I think.
Yes.
But like, do you, when
And
it says
saving
two
her dad.
queens, are you thinking like Blood Queen versus Atlantean Queen,
Yeah.
Blood Queen versus her, like
Blood
two
Isbeth.
queens
Queen
versus
versus-
one queen? Like, how do you?
Isbeth versus Poppy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because what's her face
Shit's
is like
about
not
to
queen.
go down.
Oh.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited too. Okay, so with that, let's get into our bookish breakdown.
Okay, friends. So I got to pick one for the first time in forever.
For
Looks
the
like
first time in forever.
There'll be music. There'll be light.
And this is why our podcasts are so long.
Oh my God.
I mean, considering how we started an hour and a half for 2 chapters, I think we're doing pretty good.
That's true.
We are.
Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you guys as a general rule, and then there's going to be a point where one of you has to take off your mic, and I will explain.
Headphones or mic or both?
Or sorry, headphones, not mic. I'm sorry, headphones. Okay. So we are going to play a therapist. You guys are gonna do some role play here, okay?
Oh God.
So
Oh, I do it. I play therapist all the time for myself.
This is bad. I give bad
so
advice.
you are each going to take a turn playing the patient and the therapist. The patient will be a character from a book that I will assign to you. Your job is to talk to your therapist as if you are that character, but you cannot give away your name or any of your family's names or anything obvious that would give away who you are, because the therapist has to guess who you are. That's the point of the game.
Ooh.
So, like,
one
for
of
example,
us
this
will be
is
patient
fun.
and one of us
I
will
know,
be
I'm so
therapist.
excited. So, like, the example, so if Amanda's the therapist, Kristen is the person, and I gave Kristen, like, I don't know, I gave Kristen Poppy. She can't say, like, oh, I was being held as the maiden.
Or I
and,
live in
like,
Solis.
Yes, yeah, like nothing like
and-
super obvious, but you could say, like, you know, like, I was forced to hide my face, like, very, like,
Oh, yes.
you know,
Subtle.
like, vague hints.
Like
yes.
I wasn't allowed
Yep.
to speak to anybody, and like I
Yes.
felt very alone. And
Yes.
so the
So,
person that's the character doesn't want the therapist to guess?
So no, listen to this,
Okay.
okay? So let me explain more.
Okay.
So you will each get a maximum of 60 seconds. So 60 seconds if the person guesses it sooner, great.
Okay.
So points will be as followed. So in each round, like you're each only going to do it once, but you can each earn points. So both the therapist
Okay.
and the patient can earn points.
Okay.
Therapist earns points based on this. If they guess the get correctly within the first 20 seconds, they get 3 points. If it's between 20 and 40 seconds, it's
Okay.
2 points. And if it's between 40 and 60 seconds, it's only 1 point. If you don't get it after 60 seconds, the therapist earns no points.
Okay.
There is also a wrong guess penalty. So if you guess
Ooh.
2 wrong guesses in a row, then you automatically lose 1 point. So
Huh.
like it's going to be this accumulative thing.
So we can't just keep yelling out names just to get it,
Exactly.
right? It
Well, you
stops,
can, but
but it stops. Yeah.
You lose
okay.
a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to have like educated guesses.
yes. So the patient
Oh my
will
gosh.
earn scores. They can earn a total of 3 points.
Okay.
So you earn 1 point if you stay in character the whole time. So like you don't break the act. You
Oh,
don't like,
God.
I don't know what to do. Ha ha. Like you got to keep it going. So you'll get 1
Oh,
point for
man.
that. You'll get 1 point for dropping like recognizable clues. Cause like you want them to guess it, but it can't be like obvious. So
Okay.
if your hints
Okay.
are good and they're
Okay.
lead to them guessing it, you earn a
Yep.
point.
Okay. Perfect.
And then a bonus points if you can make your therapist laugh during your acting. Like if you really get into character and they bust out laughing, you get a point for that. You will lose points if you say anything obvious, i.e. a
Okay.
name or a family name. You
Okay.
are negative 1 point.
And-
If you are each tied after we complete both rounds of you each being each, I do have a tiebreaker question, which I will read at that time. Okay. Last piece of instructions before we do this here. If we end up needing a tiebreaker, you're going to need paper and a pen. It has to be paper and a pen. You can't write something down on your computer because you're going to have to show me what you wrote down to lock in your answer. So if you don't have one, I'll give you a couple minutes to go grab one.
Is it like a long thing we need to write down, or
No.
like, is a sticky note okay?
Sticky note will be fine.
okay.
As long as I can
I've
read
got
it.
like big paper.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay, so Amanda, you are going to be the therapist first. So you need to take off your headphones so I can assign Kristen her character. We'll give you a
As
thumbs
the
up when you can put them back
therapist,
on.
I can like ask questions as if I'm a therapist, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yep. You're the
okay.
therapist. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Okay,
boy.
Kristen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So you are going to play the role of Draco Malfoy.
Oh God, why are you laughing?
Okay. Put it
That's
back
so
on, Amanda.
perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to get
Whoa,
my
wait.
phone.
Can we give like descriptions? Like, I have
Can I put these on right now? I took them off
Brown
'cause I was
hair.
worried about what she was asking.
Yeah, you can say that. That's fine.
'Kay.
Yeah. You're good, Amanda. She just asked, like, can I describe what I look like? Like, I have brown hair. And I'm like, yeah, that's
okay.
fine. You can
Okay.
say that.
Okay.
I'm just starting a timer. So you have 1 minute, 60 seconds. I am going to hit go, and then you have to start. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Set, go.
So, what has you coming in this afternoon?
Well, my father. I didn't want to be here, but I was told I have to be here.
So
My
you,
father's going to hear about this, though.
so you don't see any value here, and you're just doing this to make your dad happy.
No, not really.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you have a family, brothers, sisters, anyone else you could confide in if this wasn't the right option for you?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is your mother alive? What's your family dynamic like?
15 seconds
Yes.
left.
My mother's there.
And you hate your dad. 15 seconds.
I didn't say it.
Well, no, but I mean, okay, you're right. You didn't hear dad. Why does your dad want you to come here? I
My
might have
father
done-
didn't, but my father's going to hear about this.
Oh.
Time's
Oh
up.
God, this is hard. I'm like, I don't even know what
thought
to.
it was so obvious, but I know what it is.
I know.
Seriously? Can I have
Okay,
like
Kristen, tell her
30
who you
seconds?
are.
No, hold on. Can I have like 30 seconds to just really?
Yes, but it won't count.
That's
but
okay.
yes, you can.
Because I was
Yeah.
focusing more on me questions I should ask to get the answers. My father's gonna hear about this.
Like, I think that's so obvious.
It seems so obvious what I'm saying. Oh my God,
When
Draco
you hear it,
Malfoy.
Amanda-
Draco Malfoy.
Yes.
I know. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed with myself. I'm so annoyed with myself.
As soon as she said my father's
Yes,
going to hear about this, I'm
yes.
like, okay, she gets a tick for good point.
No, it's like I was too thinking about like I don't even know what to ask. Like I'm like, oh
That is
crap.
so
Oh
funny.
damn it.
Okay, so
Good job, though.
Kristen earned 3 points that round because she stayed in character the
I was gonna
entire
say
time.
character was definitely good.
She dropped recognizable clues and Amanda laughed at one point.
Shit.
She had no obvious hints, so she is 3 straight points right there.
That's
so.
gonna be hard to
And
tie
Amanda earns
even?
none because she did not guess it.
mother F.
Okay, Kristen, headphones off.
No
We'll give you a thumbs
pressure.
up.
No pressure.
Oh shoot.
What?
Okay. I can actually hear my headphones when they're off my head. So I think I'm gonna try muting them and then you guys say like I'm gonna mute my computer and
because you can
guys
hear
try
it.
saying yes, I can hear it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna mute it, say something, and then if I don't hear like I'll make a noise if I hear you.
Okay.
Oh,
La
fuck.
la
Wrong
la
button.
la 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 la.
Okay.
All right,
Oh God.
Amanda,
Oh.
you are going to be Katniss Everdeen.
Oh God.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start the timer. Are you ready?
Okay.
Steady. Go.
So what brings you in here today?
I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life and I'm having a hard time now after going through.
Trauma like what?
I always feel like I have to put myself ahead of my family and almost take on responsibility when it wasn't mine to take in order to protect the other people around me.
Oh, that must be hard. How do you deal with like who's in your family? Do you have a support system?
Not really, honestly. It's just I do what I have to do and there's not much support, unfortunately.
So who are you, like you said you have trauma in your family, like what does your family circumstance look like?
So honestly,
15 seconds.
my sister's the most important, I guess, aspect of what I'm worried about protecting. I love her so much and I would do anything.
Is it Violet Sorengale?
Time's up.
No.
Time's up.
It's so
I thought for
hard.
sure Amanda was going to get it. Or Kristen was going to get it.
I was
That was
worried.
good,
My
Amanda.
heart's been pounding this whole time.
You're like family. I'm like, what the heck?
And I think
Okay,
too,
Amanda.
like you hear things in a way, because like I swear you said to me that your dad was making you go to therapy.
I might have messed up that.
But you might not have. But also you said like that something too that I didn't say. I think it's the pressure of like
Yes.
being
Yes.
there. But I'm Katniss Everdeen.
Oh, yes.
I was worried my
Yep.
clues weren't good enough. Like I'm like, ugh.
All right,
Family?
so Kristen got no points because she did not guess it. Maybe I should have given you guys longer than a minute. Amanda got points for staying in character the entire time and for giving recognizable clues, but she did not make Kristen laugh.
Oh shit! Damn
So
it!
Kristen wins.
Don't I have a negative point because I made an incorrect guess?
You didn't make 2 incorrect guesses. You only
Oh,
made
okay.
one.
I was almost like, yes.
I
Yes,
didn't
you did.
realize. I'm like, I tried to be honest. I
it
didn't
was
realize
good
it was
for you.
2 incorrect guesses.
Yeah, two in a row. So Kristen wins.
Wins. Okay, I'm
You
gonna
guys-
put Kristen's tick, but I want to just do the other question for fun.
I was
Can
gonna say, do
we?
you want to do the tiebreaker just for
Yes.
funsies?
Yes, but
Okay.
let me on the inaugural tick board. Make sure we can see it. Okay. Oh, this hurts me a little bit to be not tied for first, but it was well earned.
That was fun. I enjoyed this.
That
I was
was
like, you guys
fun.
are doing so well. You're staying in
Oh,
character so
was-
good.
It was terrifying and
worried.
fun at the same time.
Okay, so my tiebreaker question, obviously this won't be for points. We'll just do it for fun. Okay, so y'all have your paper and your pen, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the question is, how long in minutes is the audiobook version of A Crown of Gilded Bones? For reference, the hardcover version of the book is 645 pages. To help you out, I will tell you that Kingdom of Flesh and Fire was 571 pages, and the audiobook was 21 hours and 45 minutes. I want the closest time in both hours and minutes, like so many hours, so many minutes, without going over. If you go over, then whoever is closest will win. I'm going to start a timer. You're going to have 30 seconds to
already
lock your
answered.
answer in.
Oh my God, are you
Write it on the
serious?
piece of paper and
How
turn
much
it to the
time?
camera. 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right. So
Yep.
I'm starting the timer.
Okay, I scratched my answer out just so
Okay.
you can see.
Yep. Okay. So timer is now going. You have 30 seconds. And if you've locked it in, just say lock in. I was going to say show the camera, but then the other person will see it. So don't do that. Just say lock in.
Lock in.
Okay.
What do you mean lock in?
You got 15 seconds, Amanda.
Literally just guessed.
You got to lock in or you forfeit.
How do I lock in? I lock in.
10
however that
just say
is.
lock in.
Lock
okay.
in.
Everyone's locked in? Okay. Show me your paper.
Okay, I'm gonna circle the. Oh my god, this is gonna be the worst ever. Oh, I thought you said in minutes.
In hours, in minutes. So what is
oh
that?
my god, I don't know. I thought you said in minutes, so I was trying to calculate minutes. 78,000 minutes, 789.
I'm so sorry. I need to Google this one.
I was literally my math. I'm like, okay, 60 and 60 and 60 and 60, and that's this many.
I am so glad that this doesn't actually count for anything. I would have felt really bad.
Are you sure you didn't say in minutes?
I said,
I think
how
you
long
said
was the
in minutes,
audiobook
but
in
then you-
hours in minutes? I said in hours in minutes, meaning like so many hours in this many minutes.
To be fair, Amanda, I only heard minutes myself, but then she's like, the audiobook for this one is so many hours, so
Well, I
many minutes.
thought
I'm like,
that
oh,
was
hours,
her
minutes.
her trick. Like, you have to give it to me in minutes,
No.
but this is how many hours the other one was. Do the math. And I'm like, do the
No.
math. Okay.
I'm so sorry. No,
I'm like,
it was supposed to be like this one was relatively comparable. It was only like 50 less pages, and this is how long the audiobook was. Like, I was trying to narrow it down for you guys.
And I'm like, I have no idea how many hours.
Okay,
or
I gotta
minutes.
calculate yours, Amanda, because I don't.
It's gonna be like
okay.
way off. I had ran
That
out of
is
time, and I
so
just wrote a
funny.
big number randomly.
You know what you were probably thinking, Amanda, because this
Big
is what gave me
Brother.
the idea. Yes,
Yes, I was.
That's what gave me the
I
idea.
literally was.
Like, I'm gonna channel Julie Chen. Okay, so how many hours is how many minutes did you say? 78,000.
78,789.
789.
Want to be like 4 days or like something really low.
1,313 hours. So, needless to say, Kristen wins.
I told you,
correct.
I didn't have enough time to do the math. The math I did, I got to 72 minutes, and I'm like, well, that's not right. So I'll just go 700,000. Like, I was just like,
Add a couple zeros on it.
yes.
The correct answer was 25 hours and 23 minutes.
Oh, you know, my first answer was 24 hours and 16 minutes. I was closer.
Ooh,
You were.
that is so funny.
But then my second was 23 hours and 38 minutes.
That was fun. Good job, guys.
That was fun.
And I could have like honestly had a like upper hand because I listened to the audiobooks, and had I just noted,
I know. I was like,
but I
So when I was reading this tiebreaker question, when I was making this up in my head, I'm like, this kind of sounds like an unfair advantage. So I'm like, I have to give an example that is pretty freaking
and
close.
yeah.
I
So that's why I gave both for.
But yeah, I honestly
um,
hadn't looked at, like, I have no idea from that, but I do know Iron Flame because that's one I've been looking at, and like how much time do I have left in listening to
Yeah.
it. But
And I was also thinking too, like, even if Amanda did know, she doesn't pay attention because she listens at double speed. So I'm like, either
Yeah,
way, I
that's
should be
true.
covered. But I did give like Kingdom of Flesh and Fire was this many pages and this long on the audiobook. So like, I did give a comparable. So I feel like it was fair.
so
But it didn't even count
was
for points, so it's
funny.
fine.
Oh my god. I would
Okay,
not
so-
do well in Big Brother. Clearly, is what I've learned just now.
Well, you got more points than me still, so update our standings, Amanda. Where are we at?
Oh, so
did.
Kristen's no, I haven't verbally said it. I guess
Oh.
in the
right,
lead,
true.
Kristen 3 points. Second place, me 2 points. 2. I put up. And Katie, not too far behind with her 1 point.
Hey, I
3,
get to
2,
play
1,
next
baby.
game though. I get to play
And
next game.
I could maybe
And
tie
Kristen
for
doesn't.
first next game, or Katie
I could
could
maybe tie for second.
Look at that. Look at that.
So,
I love it.
friends, if you guessed any of the therapy guesses, I guess I told you guys, so you know. Never mind. If you thought it was obvious of Kristen's guesses or Amanda's guesses, that they should have got it,
Did we do good?
you know, let them know. Comment, Amanda. Tell them how they can let you guys know you're dummies.
Go to see us on your favorite social media platform. You can find us at Your Bookmark Pod, or send us an email anytime, yourbookmarkpod@gmail.com. We want to
Should we
hear
let the
from
readers-
you.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
I was going to say, should we let the readers know before we sign off their homework?
Oh, yes. Assign the homework, Kristen.
All right. So next week we will see you here. We're going to be reading The War of Two Queens,
Woo-hoo.
chapters 1 through 7, through the end of 7, friends.
Woo!
Get
We got
ready.
this. I'm excited too.
I
We're going to do
know.
7 chapters. We're going to do it.
For sure.
See, guys, we theorized that like the first half is usually like slow. There's not as much theories we can come up with our brains, we hope. So that's why we're doing 7 out the gate.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that turns out. But
Well,
We're
with
gonna
that,
try.
friends, I guess we'll see you at our next chapter. Bye.
Bye.